Shalom, brother. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, bet. That's good. That's good. Alrighty. I was waiting on another guest, but we can go ahead and get it started. He'll be joining probably sometime soon. Um, I can't see your screen. Just I think you froze up. Can you hear me? You're freezing up. You might have to go in and come back out.
Here we go. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah.
I guess once you
Hold
click
on.
off of it, it goes off. But yeah, brother, it's nice to meet you. It's an honor to be invited.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm just now getting started. Like I've been learning for a while now, for years now, and I feel like I'm in the right position to teach now because I'm just ain't one of these cats that just found out this truth and just started preaching it right away and stuff. Like I've been learning for years now. Before I started teaching, I just started this YouTube channel, so
Okay.
I've been making some videos lately. And a lot of the videos I've been making is in the spirit. A lot of people been talking about lately too as well. So yeah, I'm trying to see. Okay, that brother might be joining in soon. But yeah, so tell me something about your doctor, man. Like I'm trying to figure out a little bit more. So are you so you said you don't know if you're an Israelite. You're just a follower of who?
The Most High.
You're a follower of the Most High. Okay. So you believe in keeping the Mosaic law?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I think it's okay. Let me say this before we get cranked up. I wish I could call my boy. I got another homeboy. That the other guy that was on the Facebook feed. He
Hmm.
is very interested in joining. Do you mind if I send him the link, or if you could send him the link, the Coy Walker or Coy Bernard guy? Uh,
Hey, you need backup, huh? No, I was just nah. It's all good though. Yeah, he.
if it's gonna be, no, let me say this, man.
I'm just playing with you. I was just playing with you.
Oh,
But
okay, but
you kind of a
I
little
do want to
staticky
say
though.
this.
Your mic a little staticky.
Okay, I do want to say this, my brother. I know that we're gonna find some differences with what we believe and in our doctrine, but I have no intentions of offending you.
Oh
And
yeah, it's
no,
it's all good. I got thick skin. I'm here to the dialogue. I'm an easy brother to talk to. Yeah, we're gonna have some differences, man, but it's all about edification in the end. I'm cool with
it,
that.
okay, well, perfect, because I might say something that may come off wrong. You, I would never intentionally, disrespect you or anybody you got mixing in. But I know how these things can go. Sometimes they sound a lot more harsher, uh, you know. But I'm not that brother, and I highly doubt that you're that kind of brother too. So I just wanted to try to get that disclaimer out the way. But what I believe is strictly the book. Uh, I'm a follower of the book, and uh, I have. I think everybody on that law versus gospel is either a Christian or been a Christian. So I fall in that been a Christian category.
Okay,
And when you speak about an Israelite, I also went through that phase, the
wow.
Black Hebrew Israelite thing. Uh, I can, I can, I can. I don't want to say I can squash that. I do believe that the Israelites were dark skinned. I do not believe that just because you dark skinned, that makes you an Israelite. I do not believe in the uh that we're Israelites, all the black African Americans living here in the United States is Israelites. I used to believe it. I used to teach it. But as of now, I think that's one of the most ridiculous claims uh, a black Hebrew Israelite could make. Um, we can get into that later if you
Yeah,
want
the black Hebrew Israelite. What?
to. I think that's one of the most ridiculous claims a black Hebrew Israelite can make. Um,
Um. Okay. See, I don't go too much about. I don't know too much about everybody else's doctrine, but as far as my stance, I've
uh-huh.
always I've always taken prophecy over everything. And then another stance I take, of course, is history and archaeology as well.
Okay.
Um, those points of stance like are probably the most important thing to me. And I do a lot of research on this stuff, man. And like a lot of people don't agree with the 12 tribes chart. I've done a lot of research on that stuff, man, and it's clear as day, man. Like it's very evident that it makes sense. Like it matches with the history behind it. The history's matches. It just wasn't something that somebody came up with a vision. It was actually work put behind the 12 tribes chart. So I got another guest in here now. I'm gonna bring him in here.
Okay, cool.
What's going on with you,
G
brother?
Con,
Grace
what's
and peace.
good, man? What's good?
What's going on, brother? Just chilling. What's going on with you, brothers?
Hey, how you doing, G-Con?
I'm doing all right.
Excellent.
I know some a little bit about G-Con doctrine a little bit, so I was
Okay.
just trying to get this brother's understanding on what he believes in. He said he used to be a Christian and he used to be an Israelite. So I'm trying to see his point of stance. Like he said he believes in following the Mosaic law as well. Um, so I did have a question on that. So you saying you keep as much as the Mosaic law as you can?
Yes, as much as you can. Obviously, all laws are not being able to be kept, but the laws that are able to be kept, I think that every creation of the Most High needs to keep them.
Well,
Uh,
like shaving, like simple things I'm talking about, like shaving your beard and your dietary laws and things like that. Like, do you keep?
uh, the shaving, the razor thing, and I keep kosher. I keep kosher to the best of my ability. Um, I I have never had a face with no hair. Uh, like you said, you study history and you study archaeology. You study the rags in the sand. So I understand what that meant from an Egyptian standpoint and what Moses, or the author of the Torah, was portraying when he told you don't let a razor touch your head. Um, Shaka actually has a perfect uh, haircut that the Mosaic Law was coming. I don't know if you know Shaka, but he goes back and forth with Zion Lex and Ron Shields and all those guys
I
on.
think I've seen him once or twice.
Yeah, he has that long ducktail, ponytail type deal. So that is an actual
Yeah.
ancient Egyptian Kemet haircut. And of course, the Most High said, no, we're going to do our own thing. Don't do it that way anymore. But uh, the biggest problem when it comes to certain individuals, I'm not saying you or G-Con, is we cannot look at this 3, 4, 5,000 year old book as if this book came out in 2020. For me, when I actually look into something, I'm not looking into something and reading it from your NIV or your KJV and just running with that understanding. I'm not saying that you shouldn't read the NIV or the KJV. I am saying that what's primary is getting the ancient cultural understanding and then making that application. A lot of people just read certain things and they run with it as if Moses was writing to a 2020 crowd. He was not. He was writing to the ancient Israelites. Until I understand what he meant by don't let a razor touch your head, I want to know what he saw, what he was talking about. Why would he say that? And you get a better understanding of what he means. if you can paint that cultural picture that he was actually living in. A lot of people don't do that.
Right, but as far as keeping the law, though, we supposed to keep all of them as to as far as the best of our ability, right? Though that would be a
Absolutely.
simple one to keep. Actually, if you ask me, like that's probably one of the less burden ones if you think. But
Oh
think
yeah,
about
absolutely, absolutely. But it's so crazy with the BHI group, and I'm not saying you are, you're not, but with the BHI group,
or you mean the Hebrew Israelite group?
the Hebrew Israelite group, that they're so concerned. And I'm not a Christian, but I fully agree with Jesus was saying. They're so concerned with so much of the petty stuff, and they cross over some of the major stuff. These guys be doing the whole nine, and they worried about fringes. But yet they sleeping with Sally Sue and maybe even Joe. And
Well, I'm not gonna test anybody else's story on that. I have my own belief and understanding of marriage and wives, and I know it's not against any law to have multiple wives if that's what you're trying to go into.
no, I'm not.
But
I'm not.
that's
But
all I was saying on that. We don't have
a,
to talk
a
about
lot of
that.
guys, a lot of guys will sleep with another woman, get another woman pregnant, and be like, okay,
Yeah, I mean, that
that's
just
my
happened.
wife.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got wicked Israelites, wicked Negroes out here too. That happens, man. I mean, I'm not doubting that at all. I mean,
yeah.
we're still in the flesh, man, but it doesn't change the fact on who we are and who we believe we are. So, I'm not
Well,
here
I'm
to
gonna say
talk
this.
about who the Israelites are really, because
I'm
you
gonna say this.
barely.
I deal with Ron Shields a lot, Zion Lex a lot, and a lot of the guys that really opened up my eyes to the Hebrew Israelites. There's no doubt. But see, here's the thing. Here's the difference with me. Those are not the only people I deal with. I deal with Rabbi Tovia. I deal with Rabbi Asher. I deal with those ones that you or maybe other people that shares your same theology may say, well, those are not the real Israelites.
They're
Uh,
they're not.
okay, but those guys been in have had in their possession the oracles of the Most High for centuries.
What?
Us as African Americans, we're just now, I mean, literally just now getting those oracles of God. We're just now learning Hebrew.
That kind of worries me that you say you the Old Testament only. You should know that the Israelites would go away from their heritage. They would lose their heritage. They would fall away from the customs. That was all curses that was put upon us. Like,
Yes, it was curses, and that's why I would never agree with an individual saying that the Hebrew Israelites are not black. Yes, Hebrew Israelites are black, and Hebrew Israelites are white, and Hebrew Israelites
I wouldn't say
are
they're just
Asian.
white. Like how? What evidence do you have on the Hebrew Israelites just being a white
Because
nation?
if you scatter any group of people to the
I'm
four
not
corners of
saying
the
that
earth,
Hebrew Israelites can't be white skinned, but saying that
but, but
a
no, what
dominant
I'm
group,
saying is,
no,
if you
saying
scatter
that
any group of people to the four corners of the earth, they're going to end up being like that group of people that's on the four corners of the earth. Point blank, period. If you take Africans and you bring them over here, they're no longer Africans. After 4 or 5 generations, those are Americans. I don't like, for example, African Americans do not have the DNA they had when they got off the boat.
okay,
If you do an ancestry
now
test,
check this
they
out. Check
body.
this out. Hold on. You're saying that you're telling me on just because they have the oracles or the records to prove that they're the Israelites.
No, what,
Do you
uh, uh,
understand?
I'm listening.
Do you understand that there were things that happened in history to our particular people that was like these thing called we call it crafty counsel to where
Hmm.
they had to make sure we didn't remember who we were type stuff
Yeah.
like that's
Uh,
the type of stuff that happened. And these people that's in the land right now, they live up to none of the prophecies that you believe in. You believe in the Old Testament, you said, right? They live up,
mhm.
they fulfill none of those prophecies in the Old Testament. And I'm waiting for anybody to come with any of those prophecies they feel. because I'm ready for it. I've been ready. I've been waiting for this.
So okay, let's deal with that then. Let's deal with the prophecies that's
I
being
really want to
fulfilled.
deal with the Messiah because that's what you came on here about.
Okay, let's deal with the Messiah. Let's deal with them. And again, like I said, you're not going to get a 100% solid argument from me on that, because when it comes to Israelites, when the Most High said, "I'm gonna scatter you to the four corners of the earth," I believe that. That's a prophecy that has actually taken place. That's been fulfilled. We have been scattered to the four corners of the earth. So there is no purity when it comes to DNA of an Israelite. They've been scattered.
But we
And
don't
they've been
we don't we
scattered.
don't go off of DNA, G-Rod. Look, check this out. We don't go
Mhm.
off of DNA because that's pseudoscience, man. We don't use that. Now,
So,
you know some brothers that know how to go off of DNA, but the DNA they're using to determine who are the real children of Israel is flawed. Plus, the Jewish people own the main DNA banks. So you can't even go off of that because it's a bias. It's already
but,
corrupt.
but,
It's a conflict of interest
but my
because
brother, I can go off
they
the four
control the
corners of
DNA.
the earth.
They control both the top DNA, Ancestry.com, and what's the other known one is well known. They own both of those. So
But
we're
but 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 see, here's the issue, my brother. I can go off the four corners of the earth, and we've been scattered since before the first century.
no one's down that, man. But
Okay, so if we come up from the four corners of the earth,
look, G-Rod, do you believe this?
Mhm.
Prophecy supersedes everything.
Do I believe that prophecy supersedes everything?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
then. So they should be living up to some of the prophecies that the Israelites living up to, right?
What prophecies are we living up to?
Oh, I mean, all of them, man. Let's go. Let's go to it. Do you really want to go?
No,
You
no,
sure you
no,
have-
no.
you
Let's
been an
let's let's
Israelite?
let's get the Jesus thing, but
Yeah,
but
yeah. You
because
don't do that about it. I'm gonna
because
tell you that right
that's
now because they ain't living up to none of those prophecies. They
well,
don't
give me an example.
Israelite.
Give me an example of the prophecies that we're living up to.
First of all, the Israelites wouldn't be in the land until Christ delivered them back into the land. That's the main part of the Old Testament.
So let's get back into the Jesus Christ thing.
Yeah, I
That
think
ain't
you want
happening.
to do that. I think you want to do that.
All right. So
Yeah,
I
because
think
that
real
Yeah,
quick before
there
you
you
do
go.
that,
There you go.
can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
You said the Israelites would be what again until what again? Would you say?
Would be scattered until Christ delivers them back into the land.
I disagree with that.
What is Christ called to deliver for? I mean, that's what he's doing, coming to do.
I'm gonna tell you why I disagree with that. Go to Zechariah 14, verse 1.
That's the wrong place to go. I'm tell you that right now.
It's a great place to go.
okay, here we go. Now we get into it.
I kind of agree with the Old Testament brother, like when Israel being scattered to the four corners of the earth. I'm saying they would look like people native to the lands, and the DNA actually does show that. It shows it on their mother side, maternal
We just
side. They have
go ahead.
on their maternal side they have DNA that lines up with people just native to those areas, but on their mother side they have the maternal side, but on their paternal side they have DNA that goes back to the Levant area where they came from. So that's
And,
that's
and, and,
consistent with the with them being dispersed.
You know the
and let me say this
you
real
know the
quick.
flaw with DNA. The problem y'all having, we already just stated that it's a conflict of interest because they own the top DNA companies. They bought
But
those
but see,
out right. So
but
that's a
but see, my brother.
second
Let me
of
say
all,
this real quick.
second of
You
all,
can take DNA. You can take DNA off the table. There's no group of people that's going to live amongst another group of people and not mix with the group of people. Well, I don't care about DNA. Somebody mama is banging somebody else's daddy, and somebody dad is banging somebody else's mama. That's
but
how
but do
that's
you
how society works.
check this
That's
out?
how it
Nobody.
works.
Do you understand what happened and during the time of the Romans? The Israelites were being slaughtered and were being kicked out of
It was.
and
Let me tell you what the Israelites were doing. They were
but
having sex with.
what
They were having
I'm
sex
saying
with
is
people that wasn't Israelites,
there was an
and
order
they
to
were getting
slaughter
pregnant
all
by
the
people that
Israelites.
wasn't Israelites. You can't get around being scattered. That's why I take no African American here, no white person here, no Chinese, no Mexican is going to be able to take their DNA or their culture back
Mentioning
more than a few
DNA though.
hundred years.
You keep
You
mentioning
got
DNA.
somebody else in that family tree that's not a
Listen,
part of your same
listen.
heritage.
You keep mentioning DNA. DNA is a flawed science. I just dealt with that,
Okay,
and I dealt with it on many reasons. Do
okay,
you
take
do you
DNA
know
out,
do you
but
know
you're not gonna
migration
get.
patterns, wars, migration patterns and wars make DNA flawed right away. That like you
But see,
can't
here's
even
the
use DNA. That's
you're
terrible.
proving you're proving my point. My point is, in your family tree, you're not going to have nothing but African Americans. It's going to be somebody from a different group of people that's in your family tree.
That's
Nobody's
bull-
going to escape
man. That's
it.
why I said it's a flawed science, man. It's been debunked so many times. You can look this up
So,
right.
so,
It's
so
been
my question to you, my brother, you've been 30, 20, 40 years old. And if you go back in your family tree 2, 3, 400 years, do you think that your family tree is going to take you all the way back to the time of Christ? Really?
That's why we go off of the spirit and the prophecies, man. The spirit, the word is the
Okay,
spirit.
so if that's the
The whole
case,
word.
that makes
The whole
anybody available to be an
no,
Israelite.
it doesn't, because there are particular curses that were put on the Israelites.
Those curses is
There are
they,
particular migration areas that the Israelites would be in. The Israelites predominantly would be in Babylon in the end days.
but what you're not understanding about those curses and prophecies is for people that's a part of a certain group. There is no more certain groups.
What do you
In
mean by
other words, like for example, my wife's her maiden last name is Valier.
bruh,
Valier is French.
bruh,
Her
bruh,
people are from Beaumont.
bruh?
You
That's
keep
terrible.
pressing the rewind button, you're not
That,
going to get the same group of people that's on your 12 tribes chart. You're
bruh,
not, it's
you're talking about
impossible.
last names, bro? Like, are you serious?
No, what I'm saying is somebody in my white family had sex with somebody that was French.
That doesn't mean that, man. What happens when we came off those slave ships? What happened to us? What was imprinted on us? The last name of our slave owners. What are you talking about, G Rod?
When we came off those slave ships, our mothers and fathers was raped and beaten and
Man,
mixed.
that's
That's
that's terrible, bro. That is very
do
terrible.
you wait a
First
second.
of
Hold
all,
on. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a
man,
logical
that's
question.
crazy that you
Do you
think
think you
that
got
every
a
black
family
person was
tree?
just raped. That's insane, man. That
Let
y'all.
me ask you this. Do you think you got a family tree that goes back to a slave ship? Can you trace anything back to a slave ship? You, right now.
I can
Anything.
definitely take it back to the
You
plantation.
you
Definitely.
are lying, my brother.
Man, what are you talking
You
about?
can't
I'm
trace
straight from the
300
woods of
years.
Mississippi, man. Stop playing with me.
You can't trace 300
Yeah,
years.
yeah, okay. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't matter, man. You steady talking.
No, wait a
You
second.
just
You can
Right.
tell
You just
trace.
said that you believe in prophecy over everything, and we sitting here talking about last names and other things than prophecy.
Right. So
Okay, no,
let's check out that Zechariah 14:1 real quick. I can't grab it because I'm driving, but I really want to go to something you said real quick because you keep talking about prophecy. So I want to see what you think about this prophetic word
Oh
in
yeah,
Zechariah
let's go
14.
to it.
If I lose service, it's because I'm driving. But
ain't you like a truck driver?
yeah, I'm a truck driver. Yeah, so I'm driving down my way to Denver right now, with Colorado.
Okay, hold on. You say in Zechariah what chapter?
14 verse 1.
A day of the Lord is coming. Jerusalem, when your possessions will be plundered and divided within your very walls. I will gather all the nations to Jerusalem to fight against it. The city will be captured, the houses ransacked, and the women raped. Half of the city will go into exile, but the rest of the people will not be taken from the city. Then the Lord will go out and fight against those nations as he fight on a day of battle. On that day, his feet will stand on the Mount of Olives east of Jerusalem, and the Mount of Olives will be split in two from east to west, forming a great valley, with half the mountain moving north and moving south. You will flee by my mountain valley, and I will extend to Azel. You will flee as you fled from the earthquake in the days of Uzziah, king of Judah. Then the Lord my God will come, and all the holy ones with him. On that day, there will neither be sunlight nor cold, frosty darkness.
All right, so right there, stop right there, brother. I appreciate you. Now, the question I got for you, brother, is you said that no one will be into the land until Christ is gathered back, right? Now,
Yeah.
when you read that in verse 1, and then you go down, Christ is coming to deliver somebody from the nations, and that's when he's and so I would ask you, when he comes to that land, to who is he delivering, and who is in that land before Christ come back in that text right there.
First of all, that's not what it says. And second of all, you don't even understand that this is not just talking about one time right here. This is talking about this is talking about a lump sum of time. This whole chapter is not just one time, if that's what you think.
No, I'm asking you. Okay, look what it says here. It says, "Then the Lord should go forth and fight against those nations, as when he fought in the day of battle." So the Lord is coming to
Valley of
save.
Jehoshaphat.
It says, "Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, and and thy spoil should be divided in the midst of thee." So you got people that's in Israel and that's in Jerusalem, and he says that his their spoil will be divided in the midst of them. He said that the women should be ravished, houses should be rifled, and it says half the city should go into captivity. And he says, it says,
This
but
is
it's still
this is talking about multiple times. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This ain't just talking about the first time we got exiled.
no. I'm asking you, if you look at this text, right, and you know the time ending of this text, because if you look at the bottom right here, this chapter, look what it says right here. So we'll know when is it coming from. Verse 16 says, "And it shall come to pass that everyone that is left of all the nations which came against Jerusalem should even go up from year to year to worship the King of Kings, the Lord of Hosts." So we know that we got a timestamp now. So this timestamp saying that at one point of time, and this in the future, every nation is gonna go forth to worship the King of Kings. If you know the Bible like you say you know it, then you should know about Isaiah chapter 2, which talks about that in Malachi just as well, about how the nations are gonna come up to worship the Lord, and the knowledge of the Lord and the wisdom will flow all through the earth.
But after their captivity,
Right. So
that's
I'm asking you, but see, you're not really realizing, you're not really answering my question. In this text, if we put the timestamp on this text, then we clearly know that Christ is coming back to save somebody that is in that land, right?
all right.
So
We're
you're
gonna
gonna have to
speak,
tell me what's the timing on that.
but that's why I said this just didn't happen at one period.
But we know that what we do know is is that Christ is saving someone that is in that land before Christ comes back to take over the whole world. So then we have to look at that and have to say, well, hold on for a minute. Who is these people that's in the land that he's going to come back and save? Because according to you, nobody's supposed to be in that land until Christ come back. But here he coming back to save somebody in the land of Jerusalem.
All right, watch this.
And it's going to really get scary when you read 13 of Zechariah 12, because then you're going to see there's governors there, and you're going to see the conflict that we see today that they're having with the nations that surrounding them politically.
This is Luke 21 and 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and they shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. What does that mean?
And so what that means is, as you see today, Jerusalem is trodden down of the Gentiles. When you look at the Jews now, they don't have full possession of their land. So the Temple Mount is not even theirs. That's why they say the Temple Mount is in our hands. So Jerusalem is being trodden down. That's why when you read Revelation 14, it talks about a temple being built, but the outer course is given over
And
to the
this,
people.
go ahead, G Con. I
they,
got a
they talk
question for
about
you.
they talk about a temple being built in Revelations 11. He says, build the temple, He says, but the outer court should be given unto the Gentiles. Now we know that is after the witch call. So if
Man,
he's telling
that's a
them to build,
spiritual temple. I don't even know why you went there. That's a bad place to go.
let me ask you a question. How is that a spiritual temple when it says that in that temple it tells them to measure the temple and it says, for the outer court is given unto the Gentiles and the city should be trodden down. So how is you making that a spiritual temple when it definitely talks about a city? So when you look at Israel
But
today,
what
what
I'm
you see
saying
is,
is, whether spiritual or physical, neither one of them is for the Gentiles. That's what I'm trying to tell
no,
you.
I'm telling you, listen, the outer court is given to the Gentiles to be trodden down for 3.5 years. So as you could clearly see, that bears reference of when you went to Luke. Why? Because you see the Israelites has never, since they fell in 70 AD, had the city to themselves. It's been
No,
trodden down of
G-Con,
the
you're not
Gentiles.
listening to what it's saying, though. Listen to what it's saying. It said that the Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles. It said, look, listen, let's read it all. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword. Who? Who was in Israel at the time, G-Con? Who was in
Israelites gonna fall by the edge of the
mostly
sword.
mostly the southern kingdom and probably a remnants of little remnants of northern kingdom Israelites. So it
Right.
says, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword, meaning the majority of the southern kingdom, the Jews, shall fall by the edge of the sword, and they shall be led away captive into all nations. And Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Not
And
trodden
that
down of the Jews or the Israelites. What are you talking about?
no. You missed what I'm saying. If you look at Jerusalem today, Jerusalem is being trodden down by the Gentiles today. It's not
Not
there.
just
If you look
one
at
Gentile, multiple Gentile nations.
multiple, yeah, the nations, right? That's what I'm saying. It's been trodden down to the nations. When you look at Jerusalem today, the nations that are surrounding it has trodden it down. They trodden it down today. That's why when you look at it, it's in there. It says in Revelations 11. What does it say? It says tells them to build a temple, right? They built a temple. It says, but the outer courts is given over to the Gentiles. It's
It
where they was
said,
trodden it
measure
down.
it not.
Well,
Measure
hold
it
on. It
not. Measure it not.
it says measure it not the outer court, right?
Yeah.
Right? It
Yeah.
says for the city is given over to the Gentiles. And let me ask you a question. Now, if the city is given over to the Gentiles, who is that?
Let's go to it real quick.
Let's
It said, verse 2, but the court which is without the temple, leave out and measure it not. Leave out and measure it not. It is given unto the Gentiles. That's what it says.
and keep reading.
Leave
Keep reading.
not and measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles, and the holy city shall be tread under the foot for 42 months.
Hello, brothers.
Somebody's breaking
Can you
up.
hear
Who
me?
is that breaking up?
This G Rod.
Oh, okay.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Who just
Why
came
do
in?
y'all
Somebody else just came in.
this G
Anybody
Rod?
know Coy? Who was Coy?
Call is the brother I was telling you about earlier.
All right, hold on. Because, yeah, we still haven't talked about Christ in the Old Testament, man. You said that the Messiah, you said Yahawashi Jesus ain't the Messiah. So that's definitely
No,
what's.
heck no. I just finished listening to y'all argue about a prophecy that ain't been fulfilled by nobody.
Yeah, I just added the brother. Oh, he left, whoever that was. But yeah. So go ahead,
The, the,
G-Con. You probably can. We can hear you now. I think.
yeah, the prophecy that y'all arguing about hasn't been fulfilled by nobody. So
You
my
said it
question
has.
to both of huh?
You said it hasn't been fulfilled by nobody.
No.
G-Con just broke out of there. Hold on. Okay, so you're saying that prophecy hasn't been fulfilled. Okay. From your understanding, um, the Messiah hasn't came yet at all.
No.
So okay, so is the Messiah supposed to come 2 times, once, 3?
There's nothing in the Tanakh that shows a Messiah coming more than once. Nothing.
Okay. Okay. We're gonna see about that. Could you turn to the book of Isaiah 53?
Yeah, we can go there, but Isaiah don't have anything to do with a prophecy.
What do you mean Isaiah don't have nothing to do with a prophecy?
Let me rephrase it. It has nothing to do with a Messiah prophecy. It has nothing to do with the Messiah, but we can go there.
How doesn't it have nothing to do? What is the Messiah? What is his number one mission to come and do? I would love to know that. What's the number one overall thing that the Messiah is supposed to come and do?
The Messiah is supposed to come and usher in a world that's supposed to be completely different from the world you're living in today. The world
Well,
peace.
yeah,
The
we
world
agree on
peace.
that part.
Okay. So the reason we can agree on that part is based on one reason, because you believe he's coming back to do those things. And the reason we can agree on those parts is because we read those things in the Tanakh. So those things that we read in the Tanakh has not been fulfilled by him, because me and you both agree that I say somebody, you say Christ, but either way, somebody has to come and fulfill those things that has not been fulfilled yet.
Okay.
So
that means
attribute that job to this Christ character.
So okay, check this out. You're saying that there are prophecies of the Lord to send his servant to die for the people first? You're saying that isn't in the scriptures?
There is nothing in the scripture that states a Messiah is supposed to die for sins or die for Israel or die for the world or anything of that nature. The Messiah is going to die,
okay, check this
but
out.
not
Check this
for
out. Okay.
anything.
So is the Messiah supposed to be born out of someone's line, or is he supposed to be coming from the sky?
The Messiah is supposed to be from the loins of King David.
Okay. I'm glad you said that. Now you just put your foot in your mouth. I hope you know you just did that. Can you turn to the book?
my brother, I
Can you
didn't.
turn to the book of 2 Samuel chapter 7? Let me know when you're there. Is your boy around? I want you to get out 2 Samuel chapter 7. What y'all doing? Talking over the phone or something? Like, come on, where you at?
Oh no, I'm getting it right now.
I'm right here. I'm right here. What you need? 2 Samuel 7. I was trying to let
No.
you brothers discuss. Shalom, first of all.
Yeah, shalom, brother, shalom.
Okay.
2 Samuel 7.
And what
Now,
verse?
he said the Messiah is supposed to come out of David loins, which we do agree on that. And I want you to go to
Go ahead and read that.
verse 11. Start at verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna read
Just start
that.
at 11. Okay.
Since the
all I
time
have at my disposal. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, it don't matter. You could have read it.
No, I
And
was gonna say the only book I had right here was the KJV. I don't have so hopefully that'll work for you guys.
okay, I mean the KJV. Are you saying you got the KJV?
Yeah, I'm saying that's the only book I have in front of me. So
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's what I got right here too. I
okay.
I do comparative text though, so I mean it doesn't matter to me.
Okay.
Verse 11 and 2 Samuel chapter 7, verse 11. And since the time that I commanded judges to be over my people Israel, and have caused thee to rest from all thine enemies, also the Lord telleth thee that he will make thee a house. Verse 12. And when thy days be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, I will set up thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowels, and I will establish his kingdom. Who is that talking about? It's just a quick answer. I'm gonna keep going.
My my bad, brother. I was
Okay,
reading something. Okay. Let's see. I want to maybe Solomon because I was looking at something else. Who is this talking to
that's
right here?
Solomon.
Is this
Okay,
talking to
okay.
David?
Yeah,
If
just
this is
talking to
talking to
David.
David, yes, sir. I
Yes.
believe it's Solomon. He's
Okay,
the one that
okay,
built the
okay.
house.
And let me
It's
quick
Second
question.
Samuel what again?
Chapter 7.
7:11. He started at 11.
And quick question. Did 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 Solomon ever war or have to war against any nations?
No.
I don't think
And
so.
did he die a peaceful death?
You mean he
No.
wasn't killed? Is that
It
what
all
you're
depends
asking?
on your
Yeah, was
definition of
he
peaceful.
killed or like was he beaten, killed, or anything?
No, he wasn't. He
No.
wasn't murdered. No.
Oh, okay. Just asking. All right. Verse. What was we at? Verse 12.
Yeah,
We
I really
started at
don't
verse
know.
11. G. Rod.
Do a lot of different things.
We started at verse 11. He said this was
Hello?
Solomon. I want to pay
Well,
attention
yeah. So, I'm just trying to
Hello?
understand why are you bringing this part out? What
because
is it that
I
you're
want
trying?
to ask you a question when we read this scripture. I'm trying to see if G. Rod ready.
Okay.
G. Rod, you there? I don't know where he went. But okay. He disappeared, man. I don't know, man. I had a question for him. I had a good question for him. Um, so verse 12, and when thy days be fulfilled, and when thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, I will set up thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowels, and I will establish his kingdom. That's who you said Solomon was, right? Okay. So verse 13, he shall build a house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. Is that Solomon still?
Yes, I will be his father, and he shall be my son.
And I will be his
With the
father, and
church of
he shall
children,
be
men.
my son. If
Right.
he commit iniquity, I will chasten him with the rod of men and with the stripes of the children of men. Now, quick question: the King Solomon,
Hmm.
did he commit sin? Great sin?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, we agree on that. Was he chastened with the rod of the children of men?
Uh, no, if you want to say literally, was he literally beaten across the back? I don't think so. He was a
Okay,
king.
I mean, so that would mean that the Lord would be lying in this prophecy then.
Not necessarily. That's why I was saying I only had the KJV at my disposal. I don't have a physical Tanakh in front of me, so I can't read it from a different perspective. But no, I can't say the Lord
Well,
is
I mean,
lying.
we can always go into the Hebrew too. That's nothing either. But I mean, I'm sure it's gonna say the same thing. Um, so, Rod, you there now?
Yes, sir. I'm sorry about that. I'm kind of doing two calls here, but I'm listening.
Okay, so I'm gonna read verse 12 again. This is David talking to the Lord. I mean, this is the Lord talking to David and the promise to David. And verse 12, and when the days be fulfilled, and thou shalt sleep with thy fathers, I will set up thy seed after thee, which shall proceed out of thy bowels, and I will establish his kingdom. Who is that talking about, G Rod?
Solomon.
Okay. He shall build a house for my name, and I will
Solomon.
establish a throne for his kingdom forever.
Solomon.
So King Solomon's throne was established forever?
Absolutely.
Okay, wait a minute. That just goes against all the Bible and all the
No, but
Old.
No,
see,
it doesn't. No, it
it,
doesn't. No, it doesn't.
because
Even in your New
the
Testament,
Hebraic
even your New
the
Testament
Hebraic
says that Jesus is
phraseology.
supposed to sit on the throne of David. He's not sitting on his own individual throne. Jesus doesn't have a throne. Jesus'
Right,
throne is
right. The
named the throne of
phraseology
David.
don't mean literally it's going to be a seat
You
standing
said Jesus.
on the earth
I thought
forever. It means once the earth is, when we get to the end of days or the new heavens and new earth, there will be a throne established on the earth. That's what the forever means.
Yeah, there is no Jesus throne. Jesus sits on the throne of David.
no.
If you
Listen,
believe in the
listen
New
to what the
Testament, so
scripture
your
is
New
saying, brother,
Testament testifies
brothers,
that
brothers.
even Jesus is not sitting on his own individual throne.
But
He's
you gotta
supposed to be
listen
sitting
to
on
what
the throne of David.
listen. You're not listening to what the scripture is saying, man. The scripture is talking about the King Solomon being the subject right of matter. Listen, verse
Mhm.
13. He shall build a house for my name, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom forever. Now,
So did that happen? Did Solomon build a house for the Most High?
Solomon.
Huh?
I'm asking you. You said this was King Solomon.
Yes, but yes. Did
Listen,
Solomon
it's
build a
little.
house for the Most
It's
High?
literal. Watch this, my brother. It's literal. Look at the literal meaning behind verse 12. I will set up your seed after you, which shall proceed out of your bowels. Now, now, my grandson doesn't proceed out of my bowels, but my sons do. If that makes sense. You see what I'm
Technically,
saying?
they both do. But that
No.
want to be
Well, I
technical.
understand that's and so we can say it that way, but if I say who comes from my loins, my grandson doesn't necessarily come from
But
my
how will he
loins.
establish
Now I
a
know
throne?
he's a hmm,
How will he establish his throne forever then?
because, like I said, what does it say? I don't know. Let me see, Zechariah maybe 14. No, what does it say? Let me find it. What does it say that in the end of in the last days or in the kingdom, the whole world will be keeping the feast of tabernacles? Let me see. Is it not Zephaniah? I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. I'll find it
Yeah, I know what you're talking
as we
about.
talking.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
And
So
that's what
wait a
I'm
second.
saying.
Wait a
So,
second.
in the end of
What?
Ezekiel talks about the prince who will sit before the Most High. He's going to be sitting on the throne. Somebody's going to be ruling.
But the whole point
Jeremiah 23 talks about a king, and you're right. It does say he comes out of David's lineage, so he will be a man. He's not going to crack the sky. He'll be born
Now let
as a
me ask you
man.
this.
so he's gonna be born. Okay, I got you on that. Yeah, go ahead, G
So
Con.
this G Rod.
Oh, go ahead, G Rod.
So my question is: did Solomon build a house for the Most High?
Yes, but
Okay.
did the Most High establish His kingdom forever?
Oh, hold on.
Mm,
Wait a second.
yeah,
Let's read verse
yeah, I
13. Let's read
know.
it very slowly. It says, hold on, let me get out this AMP. I don't know why it's in AMP. I'm gonna read it from the NIV. Verse 13. He is the one who will build a house for my name. This is the Most High telling David, he is the one that's going to build a house. And then this is what the Most High says after that sentence: I will establish the throne of his kingdom. Whose kingdom? The same
For,
person kingdom that
forever.
built the temple.
The whole point of the matter was forever, man. Does it say forever in that version? I don't know.
Yes, it says forever.
Why didn't you read that part? That was the
I,
whole.
no. I'm not skipping over. I just haven't got to it yet. It just said, but I want you to know that the he doesn't change. The he
Right.
that built the temple is the same he that has a throne, and that same he is going to be the one that established his kingdom forever.
So that means King Solomon is Christ. That they gotta lead into
No, wait
another
a second.
debate
What
right
makes you think that King Solomon
there.
is Christ?
I mean,
Yeah.
hey,
I mean,
Where do
why?
we get
Because
there? Ki-
in this part of
is
Second
hold
Samuel
on.
chapter
Is this
7,
a messianic prophecy? Let me
Yes.
look at it
Who?
again because I don't think this is messianic prophecy.
How is this not a
No.
Second
messianic
Samuel.
prophecy talking about establishing his kingdom forever? How is that
Now
not?
hold on, wait a second. What does kingdom mean to you, my brother?
Wow. The kingdom is for the Israelites.
Okay, so is Israel still established? Have Israel ever went without being established?
Now, what you mean though? Because there will be a physical kingdom, and then there's a spiritual kingdom, which is the
There's no
body
such
of
no
Israel.
no. You won't find that word in the Bible nowhere. So we're only speaking about physical.
Listen, what? Hold
Man,
on,
there
but
is.
watch
So
this.
is
We're
our
talking
body not
about
the temple
forever.
of the Most High?
Huh?
Is our body the temple of God?
Yes.
Okay, then. So what are you talking about?
Again, you're talking about something spiritual that's not mentioned in the text. That's why I say I stick with the text. The physical kingdom of Israel is still established to this day. We're in 2020. It's still here.
Watch this.
What?
Listen to this,
Now, that's
brother
insane, man.
G Rod.
For saying that.
Listen to
Why
this,
is all
brothers.
this
We're talking
wickedness
about
and
forever.
hate parades inside Israel right now? That's delusional, bro. I can't believe you even said that.
Brothers, let's continue with the text because this gets interesting now. Now we're gonna have to deal with David also
I got
because
one
it says
scripture now
forever for him.
because it says forever. You can go
In,
after this.
in
Let me
verse 16, verse 16 says, "In thy house and thy kingdom," this is talking to David, "shall be established forever before thee. Thy throne shall be established forever." So you asked me if the Most High was lying when he talked about Solomon throne being established forever. He would have to have been lying twice to David and about his seed. It's not. It can't be
okay,
talking about a Christ. Your Christ never committed iniquity, and this man here, it says, if when he commits iniquity, I'm gonna beat him with the rod of men.
but
But Christ never committed one sin, and that
the
wasn't the
thing
reason
is,
he got beat. He,
from
he
our
didn't get
point of
beat for sin.
view, we believe that King Solomon was Christ in the regeneration.
No,
All right, that's you
you
just
said
your
from your point of view.
that's what we believe, and we can prove that with scripture as well. I just proved it to you with scripture right there. I just proved it in one of the
But
scriptures.
hold on, you said King
What?
Solomon was who now?
King Christ was King Solomon in his past life.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know. I've never heard
Man,
of
I can take you out
reincarnation.
the
No,
that'll beat
there's
y'all head.
not a
Man.
Hebrew word for
Oh man.
reincarnation, my brother. There's not a Hebrew phrase or word for reincarnation.
Man,
Anything of the sort.
you are really putting words in that book,
I'm gonna
man.
go ahead and mute it and let you
Well,
brothers build
that's what the
because
prophecies
I
line
didn't
up
know.
with.
Yeah,
What do you mean?
My brother, the established person by me, Coy, and you, that is a conversation between the Most High and King David and about Solomon. This is Nathan delivering a prophecy to King David. And God is telling King David, I'm going to establish your throne. He doesn't mention Jesus Christ. He doesn't mention no son of God. He doesn't mention nobody coming thousands of years later. The kingdom of Israel is
Oh,
still around to this very day. It has never been destroyed.
that's
Never.
insane to say that to when they're having gay parades. All the Most High would have been made all them drop dead. Come on, man. They make the Israelites over there. Stop playing. Stop
Man,
playing. That's the biggest
do you
gay
know?
parade in television right now.
Stop, man. Do you know what the Most High said to Isaiah? That there's 7,000 that has not bowed their knee. Do you
Okay.
know that out of millions of people, he said, I found 7,000 that has not bowed their knee? God is not destroying everybody for committing a sin. You got that out of Christianity. He said, I got 7,000 people who have not done that. That's a small fraction of people.
Man, you're talking about in context of when that was happening. What I'm talking about, I'm just speaking that the Most High wouldn't be having that from the real Israelites in the land of Israel, is what I'm telling you. You can cut that out because they would have been going into captivity. The Lord does not play. That's why we're not in our land right now.
Stop,
let
man.
me interject
Every
something, brother. Because
Say they're over
hold
there
on,
keeping the
brother,
laws. Is
brother
people
G Rod.
flowing to Israel right now? Are the fake Jews over there keeping the laws of God? Is people flowing to Israel, giving them gold and silver and all their riches, sucking the milk from the
No,
Gentiles? Is all that happening? No,
no.
that's not. So what
No,
are y'all?
Yes, that is
that's not
happening.
happening.
Wow, I gotta isolate this, man. I can't
No,
Wait
believe
a
it.
well,
second,
if
hold
you
on.
want to
What
look
makes
at
you think
like
Israel ain't
if you
collecting
want,
money
Wow,
from the Gentiles?
yeah, they're getting a
wow.
lot of money. Now, if you look at it like that, but if you
What?
saying suck, I don't know the way you put it prophetically sounding, prophecy is not being
So if
fulfilled, but
the
it
kingdom is
is a lot of
already
money.
established, what's the need for the Messiah to come then?
What do you mean? What's the need of the Messiah
That's
to
what I
come?
wanted. That's what I wanted us to get to. We
Okay,
kind of delved away from the Messiah
what's the
talk.
whole point that's what he came in here to talk about. I came to prove to
Yes, sir.
him, he came here to prove to me that Christ wasn't the Messiah that
And
came
this is
during the
how
time
we
of
do it, brother. Watch
No,
this.
no, no.
This is how we. Blackburn, let me G Rob, my bad. Let me just. This is how we do it. Simply. Show me in the text. Show me in Isaiah 53, Daniel 9, whatever messianic verse you want to use for Christ that talks about him dying. Show me where it says he's coming back. Every verse that a Christian uses to point to a dying Messiah,
Has
none
nothing
of
to
those
do.
verses, nothing says anything about a coming back, a return. It's just he's cut off. He's cut off from the land of the living. That's it. There's no more mention of the dead guy.
how could the Messiah be cut off from the land of the living? Why would he be the Messiah then?
Exactly. Those are not
So,
messianic
so
prophecies.
what I'm trying to tell you that
Messiah was not prophesied to come and just die. What kind of Messiah would that be? Right?
that's what the Bible says, that the Messiah would be cut off. What are
Okay,
you
and so how do we know that's talking about the Messiah? Because it doesn't say anything about him coming back. If it says cut off, that same prophecy doesn't say something about a second return. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Wait a
You don't
second. Hold
hear
on.
this
Watch
second
this. Watch
return or
this.
doesn't
first
have to
Watch
time or
this.
avoid
For
second time.
let
That's
me
not
help you out.
we don't
Let me
have
help you
to.
out, my brother.
Why
Understand
don't
these
we have to?
scriptures.
Why don't
Let me help you understand these scriptures. In
let me help you
Isaiah chapter, I want to say 45. Who was the Messiah there?
Hold
Isaiah
on.
45?
I thought you
Let's
was
see.
going to Daniel 9 real quick because he just said
No,
something. But
no, 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 no. We're gonna go there. I just want to show you something for a second.
what the brother just said though, the brother just said that the Bible doesn't say that Christ would come and be wounded.
No, you keep using this
No,
word
I said
Christ.
I said wherever you use those type of prophecies that speak on a man dying or speak on death, and when you correlate it to Jesus, you can't show it within that same prophecy him coming back. It just shows a man dying, and that's it. And then there's the end of the prophecy. It
Right.
never
But the
says,
whole point is him
and
dying for his sins and him being risen from the dead. That was the whole
No, no,
point.
that's what I'm
listen to me,
saying.
brother. Listen to me real closely. When I ask a Christian brother, if I say Jesus the Messiah, he'll say yes. I say, well, how come he didn't do X, Y, and Z? Well, he got to come back and do that. What I'm saying is nobody can show me that within the Tanakh. You can't show me a prophecy of he's got to die here and see how Daniel said he's going to come right back. It doesn't. The Tanakh doesn't speak that way.
All
You see
right,
what I'm saying?
we're finna see. Watch this.
Isaiah
Now, brother,
53, Daniel
I
9,
asked you.
any one of these prophecies might say something about a man dying, but it never says this man will come back and then rule and blah, blah, blah. It don't.
No, you're not gonna never
You
find that.
can't find that in the same
Now,
prophecy.
now, now, the reason I asked you about
Why
45,
do
it
you
may be
even have to
42.
find it in the same prophecy is the purpose? If you believe in the Torah and the Tanakh, you will believe in the whole flow of the Torah and the Tanakh together. Then you will believe
You,
We do. And watch this, brother. Watch this.
Messiah was
There's not
supposed to come and die for the sins of the children of Israel.
not
Not
one
because the
single
Torah
person,
tells us
nowhere,
that
nowhere.
no man can die for the sins of another. It don't happen like that.
okay, we finna
Everybody
find out.
gonna be put to death for their own sin.
Now again, let me ask you this, my brother. King Cyrus was the Lord's Messiah. King Cyrus was the Most High anointed one.
Heathen.
Wait a minute. First of all, let's go to Daniel 9 since you keep on going there. Let's go to it now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but
Yes, sir.
while you grabbing Daniel 9, I want you to grasp this concept of King Cyrus being a and the Messiah. You understand what that means?
When you're reading, that's why I'm finna show you. Don't know what you're talking about when you're reading this. I'm telling you, I'm finna show you. Because I was bringing out
Okay.
this topic for you. Now you're making me go back to Daniel 9 again. I
Okay,
just
go
knew
to Daniel 9,
the
but
Spirit leading us to Daniel 9, so I'm gonna go here.
okay, but hold on. Let me ask you this: do you agree that King Cyrus was a Messiah?
Look, listen, watch this, watch this. Verse 20.
That's why I was saying I only have the KJV because of stuff like this. When you read 26 in a Christianized version, it's gonna sound like it's saying something else. Die, but not for himself. That's not naturally what the Hebrew text is saying. It's saying he's gonna die, and that's it. Basically, he ain't gonna have nothing. That's gonna be
But
it.
that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense with the. That means you're saying
It makes perfect
that it was
sense with
going to
death.
be
When you
another
die, that's
Messiah
it.
that the Most High
There's
was
no
going to
more.
send. No, what you're
Sir?
saying is but what you have to say is that the Lord is going to send two Messiahs. Then, if you believe in that logic.
No, wait a second, brother. That's why I'm
This is
asking you
my
that
answer.
question.
This is my answer.
Well,
Watch
yeah,
this,
to my
brother.
Isaiah
This is the
53.
answer. You might not believe this, but
Yeah,
I've studied and this
they don't think Isaiah 53 is Christ, though. That's crazy.
Well, it can't.
I didn't say it's not Christ, but listen, it's not talking about a Messiah. That's all I'm saying. It could be
Yeah, I think
Jesus
it is
all day
talking about
long.
a I think it is talking about a Messiah. The reason why I say that is it says that he shall bear the iniquity of many, and it says in his
Okay,
death. It says in his
but
death, right? And so
it,
if you try to say that that's pertaining to a righteous nation, then that ain't gonna work because if you look at it, he's looked at as
They
the
better not go there, G-Con.
yeah.
That's definitely not a
Wait a
nation.
second. Hold on, G-Con.
this is what my
G-Con.
Hold
studies
on, hold
have
on,
led
hold
him.
on. Let
Let
me
me answer the
finish up.
brother.
Let
Go
me
ahead,
just,
go
let
ahead,
me
go
just
ahead.
finish real quick. If
Go
you
ahead,
look at,
brother.
he's looked at as a guilt offering. So
No,
to a
Mm.
Jew,
he's not.
hold on, he's looked at as
Yeah,
a
that Isaiah 53 is a
Hashem.
guilt offering. That's right. It's not a
Hold on.
sin offering.
Let me finish it though. He's looked at as a guilt
Yes,
offering.
sir.
He's looked at as a Hashem, right? And so when
Mm.
you look at that, when you look at what a guilt offering is, to a Jew, he need to go back and say, what is a guilt offering? And when you go back to it and look how a person, like how the offering is offered, then that offering should have no blemish or none of those things. You can't offer that
Mm.
type of offering. And so, in other words, when you look at Israel, Israel is not that because if you look in Isaiah, he's already talking about Israel as being a sinful people from the day that they was born. So it couldn't be Israel. And plus he's bearing the iniquity for all the people. So he's almost looked at as a sheresh or a root. So Isaiah 53 goes back to Isaiah 11. Because when you look at Isaiah 11, it says a root should come up out of Jesse. That word Hebrew right there, Hebrew word for root is sheresh. That's the
And what
same
does
word that's
Isaiah
used.
11 says that root's going to do, brother? Is he going to come and die? Is he going to come and execute righteousness and regather the
Right,
tribes? You see what
right.
I'm saying? There's a stark
And so
difference when
nah,
we
I have
spit
to
off.
disagree. Well, hold on, bro. If you saying that he's not gonna die, then you in violation of Isaiah 53 because Isaiah 53
Isaiah 50.
clearly says
I,
Isaiah
there's a
what
53
verse?
blemish.
doesn't speak about a ruler, though, my brother. You see what I'm
Wait a
saying?
second. Hold on.
Actually
Hold on,
does.
Coy. Let
Or
me
kingdom.
ask G-Con this. What
Yes,
verse do
sir.
you
Yes,
see
sir.
him dying at?
Right here. Look at it. Isaiah 53. Let's go to it.
What verse?
I'm gonna go
Let's
to
look.
verse 8.
Verse 8?
Not verse 8. Where is it? He was taken for prisoners. Okay, verse 9. It says, and he made his grave with the wicked and with the rich in his death. So there's a servant that is being put to death here
Verse
for the nation
10.
of Israel.
Verse 10.
Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. He
Wait a
has put
second. Hold
him
on.
to
Wait a second. The Lord, the Most High, bruised a dead man.
no. See. That's what I'm saying. Like what you're doing right now is from a westernized perspective, and so from a cultural perspective, if it said that it pleased the Lord to bruise him, that's
Mm-hmm.
past tense. So what he's saying is is it in this vision that he's having, right? Because you can use past tense verbs in a vision.
Hold
Hold
on,
on.
no disrespect, G-Con, but if there's anyone coming from a Western perspective, that would be you, my brother.
No,
And it,
I don't think it is okay. So let me just finish. Anyways, the reason why I'm saying that is this is now it says yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. Now I don't
mhm.
even know why you even spoke on this because this bruise that it's talking about is clearly that God is going to bruise him and he's going to be put to death. Basically, God's going to allow
That's
him to be
because
bruised and be put to death.
you're reading a
Now hold on.
Christianized version, my
Now
brother.
you keep saying the Christianized version. Nope, because most Jews and most
Because the word
sages.
bruise is not in there. It says it's talking about sickness. He's gonna strike him with sickness.
KJV and the Hebrew ain't
Well,
too
well,
much
well,
different, bro.
well, hold on.
I'll tell you that right
Well,
now.
you know why that wouldn't work. I'm gonna tell you why that wouldn't work because you clearly even the stone to knock, you clearly
Hmm.
will be in violation of bringing something as a guilt offering to the table that is sick. Nah, that ain't how that works, bro. That's why that bruise. Only thing that's being bruised as a guilt offering or him being the Hashem
But this whole
is
chapter
you
will
is
read differently if we're reading out
But
of
hold on.
Tanakh.
Hey
It,
brother,
it
but
can
would
I
make it
finish?
would make a
Can I
lot more
finish
sense.
though? Can
Yes,
I
sir. You
finish
can.
though? Listen, whenever you look at
Hmm.
an Hashem offering or a guilt offering or trespass offering, there's no possible way that you can say this is sickness. Why? Because it has that bruising there has to be looked at as a guilt offering or trespass offering. That lamb or sacrifice being bruised in the way of being uh um how can you say it it not in a chest beating base. I'm not beating, but
Hmm.
sacrifice in a sense. It's not in the sense of him coming sick or you putting sickness on a Hashem or a guilt offering. That's what this servant is looked at as. So you can't say the Lord is putting a sickness on him. No, this bruising is a bruising unto death. It's not a sickness unto death, but a bruising unto death, a piercing unto death, a striking unto death, a cutting
and
down unto death.
and G-Con to add on to that, and that's what I was asking them in Second
And
Samuel,
so
2 Samuel
how does
7
this
and
correlate
12.
with the ruler in Isaiah 11, brother?
Listen,
How
check
does
this out.
this dying man correlate with the root that's going to
Because
come
I
and
just showed
execute
you, look,
righteousness?
Troy, listen, I just showed
Yes,
you in
sir.
Second Samuel chapter 7, verse 12, that the
You
person
said
that the
Jesus was
Lord will
Solomon,
establish,
right? But
that the
but I'm
Lord, that
saying
the
this
Lord will
ruler.
establish
How does
his
this
kingdom
ruler
forever,
tie in with the
and
God
he will be
that
chastened
you're
with the
reading in
rod of
Isaiah
men.
53?
He will be chastened with the rod and the stripes of men. King Solomon was never
Yeah,
chastened with the
because of
rod
his
and the stripes
iniquity. If he had iniquity in him,
of men.
so
King
Jesus didn't
Solomon
have
had
iniquity in him.
iniquity. So you
Yes,
just
I know,
agreed
I
to that.
know, I know.
So
But you're
when
trying to
was
make
King
that Jesus.
Solomon? When was King Solomon's throne established forever? And when was he struck with the rise of
But
men?
why do we go back there? We're
Because
trying
But
to
you
establish something
can't,
about the
but you
who
can't.
Messiah right now.
Hey
that
brother, but you can't let them get away. Hold on, you can't let them get away from 12 and from because what they're trying to do is they're trying to
No, he already
divert.
established. He said
Because
that
if you
Christ
hold on,
was
because hold on,
Jesus
if you look at hold
reincarnated,
on, no,
and
no,
that's
I
fine.
understand. I'm not listen. Hold on, I'm not talking
I
about
can't
that.
really
Listen,
argue with that part,
hey brother, hey, listen. If you look at 12, they trying to
Mm.
divert. That's what they trying to do. Look what it says here. Therefore, will I divide him a portion with the great, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he hath poured out his soul unto death. So what they're trying, so what we need to get established in 53, does this suffering servant die? And clearly, if you're gonna say he doesn't die, then somebody is not using
Yeah, suffering
they don't
servant
have
dies,
comprehension.
Okay,
of
okay,
course.
hold on. Let me interrupt, man. Let me get in this.
But
Okay,
listen,
so
hold on, 1 second, my brother, 1 second. We understand what the suffering servant songs are, right?
Does he die though in this
So
text?
no, listen. We know what the suffering
Just answer the
servant
question.
songs
Does he
are.
die in this text though? Answer that
No, it's
question.
not he. The suffering servant songs
Well,
end
okay,
halfway
if you
through
say, hold on, brother,
53.
if you
Listen
say,
to me,
hold
brother.
on, listen,
Listen to me.
hold on, listen,
You didn't even let me
wait,
finish.
because
I know you didn't. You couldn't have heard what I said.
I want to get this clear real quick. Even if you say he, does does this servant die in this text? Let's get that
Yes, the
established right
man
quick.
that is talking about dies.
Okay, thank you.
But
Go ahead, brother. Proceed.
all I want to say was, according to my knowledge, the suffering servant songs, as they're known, where Israel is considered the servant, right? That ends somewhere at the beginning of chapter 53. So even though that doesn't make sense to us, westernized readers, somewhere at the first few verses of 53 is the end of the suffering servant songs. And then, this is just what I believe, don't mean I'm right, based on Isaiah 1 and 1, I believe the rest of this is talking about King Hezekiah.
All right, so well, we know that couldn't be because I'm gonna tell you why. If you look
Terrible,
at this
bro.
suffering
Like,
servant,
Well,
look
if
what it
you read it
says
in the
here.
KJV, it don't make
Hold on,
sense. If
hold on.
if somebody could pull out a Tanakh
Look
and
what it
read it,
says.
it would make more sense.
Well, listen, bro. I can get the stone to knock.
Yeah, if
It
you can
don't
get the
matter.
stone Tanakh, if you can get the stone
Uh,
Tanakh and read starting 53 and start somewhere like 7 or 8, it would
well,
make
hold
more
on.
sense.
Well, hold on. Well, let me say this real quick.
King
You can say
Hezekiah
that.
was stricken with
You
sickness, and then his
you can
days
say
was
that. You can
prolonged,
say you
and he
can
was
say that. You
given
can.
peace during his days. All that's in the
Nah,
scripture.
listen, bro. You might want to
Hmm.
stop that, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you to stop that because what they worked out is the ages, and when you work out the ages,
Hmm.
he wasn't old enough, bro, and that's where you're gonna get caught at because in the Bible it
Who
tells you the
wasn't old
ages of
enough? What are you talking about?
Hezekiah would not be old enough to even be this suffering servant at all, bro. He wouldn't even
Listen
be.
to
He
me,
wasn't
brother.
even born yet.
Isaiah 1 and 1 says that this is talking about Judah and Jerusalem during the days of Ahaz and King Hezekiah.
Well, you have a
but that's
problem here, bro. And
prophecy,
here's
though,
Read
bro.
bro,
Isaiah 1 and
hold
1 and
on, bro.
tell me who this
Hey,
book is
I'm gonna
concerning
stay. I'm gonna stay.
and
I'm gonna
during
stay in
what time
53. Watch
period.
this. I'm gonna stay in
You
53.
got
Watch
to.
this. What it
Yes,
says here.
sir.
I'm gonna stay. Watch what
I know
53
what it
says.
says
Watch
in the
this.
KJV. That's why
Hold
I
on.
said
Okay.
read it
Well,
in
hold
the
on, bro.
Tanakh.
Calm down, bro.
It'll
Let me read it. Let me
No, I'm
read it
okay,
right
brother.
now.
I'm just
It's
All
gonna
right.
go
say
ahead and
So look
read
what
it.
it says.
I'm gonna
Look
mute
what it says
myself and
here.
let y'all read.
All right. I appreciate it, brother. Look what it says here. It says, "Surely he hath borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. Yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of God, and afflicted." But watch what it says. "But he was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities, and the chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we are healed." Now, here's the odd thing that I want y'all to see right here. If you notice something about this text, in order for Israel or any Israelite to be qualified to be this suffering servant right here, they would have to be according to what this says. I want to show y'all something what this says right here. And I want to ask y'all, does Israel as a people line up to this? And we're going to see that it does. That they don't. In order to qualify Israel, Israel would have to be
how you
uh
just get off topic like that real quick like that? Like
I'm on topic. I'm showing you why Israel does not qualify
for
to be
Isaiah
this suffering.
53. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
In Isaiah 53. I'm going
Israel
right
don't
to the
qualify as the suffering servant
I
and
got you.
all of Isaiah, basically, right?
right. Well, hold on. So listen,
That's
this
crazy.
what
No, wait a second. No, that's crazy as all outdoors. When Isaiah chapter 1 through 42 tells you that the servant is Israel, literally like 7 different times. I can give it to you
But the
verbatim.
Lord also said He was going to
It's
send
because of the way Isaiah
individual
speaks. The
person.
way he
all right.
speaks
So hold on.
is very poetic.
So
And
can
then
hey listen,
and
Things get
then
it
taken
says
out of
it
hold on,
says here,
man.
context.
Hold on. You be
hold on.
interrupting
It
what's
says
going
and
on.
he
All the
Then you'll
it
say,
says and he made hold on. Let me read this. It said and he made his grave with the wicked. Right. It says and with the rich in his death because he had done no violence. So let me ask you a question. Has Israel done any violence?
and I used to ask this too. Boy, this is
okay,
What,
the
verse are
answer to
you
that
in?
Hey,
question,
brother,
the answer to your
listen,
question
is y'all gonna
is
answer the
yes,
question or
Israel
not?
have done plenty of violence.
What verse
Yes.
So
are you in, brother?
hold on. So neither it says has any deceit. It says neither was there any deceit in the mouth in his mouth. Has any Israel had any deceit in their mouths?
Yes, they have. They have
So
had much deceit.
so listen. How can Israel be
Okay,
qualified as
hold on,
being
G
I?
Con. Hold on, G
Hold on.
Con. Let me
I
answer
got a
your
question.
question.
Okay. So
You
listen.
asked the question, let me answer it. I can
I
give
ain't
you
asked it yet. I have
you
not
just
asked
said
it yet.
how can
All right, so let
Israel
me
be that?
finish the question. So how can
Right.
Israel be counted as a Hashem, which is a guilt when they're guilty, bruh? So how
Now
can they
wait
be
a
counted
second.
as that?
Now wait a second. Now, G Con, if I give you the verses that says verbatim that the remnant of Israel has no deceit in their mouth, as and I give you the verbatim verse that says the remnant of Israel has no deceit and they had no violence, or that relates to Isaiah 53 perfectly, would you change your stance?
Nope. I go no, because I know what you're gonna go to. Let's go to it and see if it's saying what you're saying. Then go ahead. Let's go to it.
Not only that, if you want to use Isaiah 53, you gotta show me that
If
this
you're gonna
suffering
go to the
servant
text,
died and was resurrected. Can
And
you
I
show
just
me that?
I just told you in 2 Samuel 7, bro. That cuts. Y'all didn't answer none of that, bro. I hope y'all know that. Y'all didn't answer none of that because
No,
y'all said
but we're talking about 53. 53
what.
talks about a God dying. Remember what I was saying before?
You know, stay on
Everything that
Isaiah
talks about
53.
somebody dying never talks about somebody coming back. It never
And
speaks on that dead
I know
man
what
coming
you guys
back.
are saying, but
You
y'all
have to
avoid
go
all
backwards to
this
2
time.
Samuel to try to prove. Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
How can you
This
see your
guy in
seed?
53, this
If he
guy in
put, if
53
he,
could be the Messiah. But how am I like? Am I in error? Because every other time I read about this ruler to come, he's ruling and kicking butt and gathering the tribes and ushering in the kingdom, and it's talking about lambs and lions laying down together. But then here, I'm supposed to believe a guy is dying, and that's his. How am I supposed to think these two
well,
people are the
Isaiah
same?
told you that the Messiah was gonna die, and he was gonna die around the time. I mean, not
Second
Where did he
Isaiah.
Samuel
say that?
7 says he will be striped
Where
with
did he say
Daniel,
that?
stripes of
Daniel,
men.
Where did Isaiah
Daniel
say the
told.
Messiah is going to die,
No, I'm
brother?
saying no.
Where did
Daniel
what?
tells you that.
Oh,
Look,
Daniel
look,
said
Daniel
that an
tells you.
anointed guy would
Daniel
die
tell.
and the
be
temple
kind.
would be
Hold on.
destroyed
Hold on.
and the Romans would come in. And
Hey,
then what else did Daniel say after that? He just
hey,
said the
Corey.
anointed guy gonna die. Yes, sir.
Hey, Corey. We can stay on Isaiah 53, but I'm gonna let y'all know y'all have not answered my question on 2 Samuel 7 still because
What was the
what
question?
because because look, the Bible said that whoever this Messiah was that come through David's loins, that kingdom will be established forever. He was gonna be beaten with the stripes of men, beaten
It
with the
didn't. No,
stripes.
hold on. Second Samuel didn't say nothing about a Messiah, brother.
Bro, who is
It
else is
said the
that
man
talking
that
about?
builds the house. Who
Who's
who
that
built the
talking
house of
about?
the Lord? Listen to me.
Who
Who of
kingdom
David's children build the
Messiah
house of the
kingdom gonna
Lord?
be established forever? Is the Messiah's kingdom gonna be established forever?
Is the Messiah's kingdom going to be established forever? It'll be the
No, it
kingdom
don't
of the
say
Most
that.
High.
It don't
It'll be
say
the
that.
kingdom of the Most High.
So how 2 Samuel 7 doesn't say that? It says exactly
It,
that.
it, it says
No,
the
it
man
doesn't
that
say
it
that the
says
Messiah.
somebody
They
out
don't
of your
say nothing
loins
about a
will build my
Messiah in
house.
Second Samuel.
Listen to me. Who
Where
built
y'all
the
get
house of
this
the
from?
Lord? You know who built the house? That's the same guy is talking about until it starts to tell David, I'm going to establish
It
your throne forever, David.
said through his bowels, that the Messiah's kingdom was going to be
It don't
established.
say Messiah, my brother. You
It doesn't
adding that.
matter.
Come on,
Who
my
is that
brother.
prophecy
You
to?
know that's not in
Who is that
there.
prophecy to?
No, wait a second. If you had never read the New Testament, you would have never accomplished that to be Jesus Christ. That's not Jesus Christ.
How come it when he was striped with the rods of men and the
Man,
children of
there's
the
so many people that's been
Not
beat
for
throughout the
iniquity, my
times.
brother.
See, now
Not
y'all
for
playing
iniquity. Not for
who else?
iniquity. It says if he commits
So,
iniquity, I'll strike. What iniquity did Jesus Christ commit? You can't say he committed
I
iniquity
just
because you be
showed
putting your foot in your mouth.
that you said that was King Solomon. King Solomon's dead.
So
And his
it is
throne lives forever.
right. It
But
didn't
King
say he was
Solomon
gonna live
wasn't
forever.
striped with the rods of men. That's the whole point I'm telling y'all. King
So you
Solomon
wait a second. Wait a second?
never
Wait a
went
second.
to war, never did any of those things.
So he built the house and he
No,
was
hold
David's
on.
son, but
And
You
because
it,
he
think
wasn't
Jesus
beaten
went?
with a
Who did
rod,
Jesus go to war with? Who
what?
did Jesus go to war with?
See, y'all not getting it, man. That's the whole thing,
I
y'all
get
not.
what you're
You're
trying to
not.
say, brother,
You're
but
adding
you
to the
have to
text.
insert. I was gonna say you have to add the word the
You said
Messiah
who did
to
Jesus go
make
to
it make
war with?
sense.
Jesus ain't went to war with nobody.
Look,
We
Jesus
look,
was
look.
just said
killed.
we
Jesus
just
was
said hold
killed
on.
by the Romans.
Hold on, we just said no, his own people killed him, it says.
No, the Jews don't have a cross. Stop
Well,
it.
hold
The
on,
Jews
hold on,
Stop.
smacked
hold
him. The
on,
Jews
hold on,
slapped
hold
him.
on,
The
hold on,
Jews
hold
slapped
on,
him. That
hold
was
on.
it,
Wait,
brother.
hold on.
Hold
It
on. The
says
Romans killed him.
it says
The
wait,
Romans
hold on,
killed him,
listen.
bro. You tweaking, bro.
Hey, listen, it says
No. Did you
And
read
the
the?
Bible prophesied the Romans would
Watch
kill him.
this. Watch
hold
this.
on, brother.
Christianity's
It's
logo is a cross. It's not a stone. It ain't a
well,
stone.
hold on. Well, hold on, brother. If you want to go according to what the New Testament said, it says that what Peter says. It says that the Jews killed him, delivered him
Yeah,
to the
I don't.
according to the
Romans, sent him
story.
into
Hold
According to
on,
the
G
story.
Con.
Yeah.
Hold on, Corey.
Deliver
According
Corey,
to
I'm
the.
about to
Listen
no.
to me.
But why did they deliver? Because the high priest Caiaphas realized that he was the Messiah in John chapter 11. So
right. But
they deliver him to the because they was
So
fulfilling prophecy.
they were just fulfilling prophecy, doing what God wanted them to do, right?
That's what I was trying to
so
tell
that
you.
proves Isaiah 53 then. So
But Isaiah 53 doesn't speak on a
Hold on. No,
Messiah, my
Prove
Corey.
brother.
Isaiah
Corey.
53 and then
Man.
prove 2 Samuel 7 too. Because we know King Solomon was never beaten by the stripes of men.
So watch this, my brother. Jesus built the house then. He built a house for the Lord.
They cannot
No.
answer
And he was
that.
struck with the stripes of men because of iniquity he committed.
But
You
I'm
get what
trying
No.
you're
to
telling
tell
me?
you that it's a double prophecy. It's talking about King
Double.
There's
Solomon.
no such
Exactly. That's
thing. No
Christianity.
such thing.
I don't
That
rock
ain't
with
Christianity,
that.
bro. That's true.
Anybody that reads the Tanakh can't rock with dual prophecy. We don't rock with that. There weren't no
What?
two
Wait
virgin
a second.
women.
Hold on. Hold on.
There
I
wasn't
gotta
no
go
two
off on
houses
G
built.
Con. Hold on. Hold on. Time out. Time out. Time out. I want to know, when did the Jews start killing people with crosses?
You say what?
Bro,
When did the Jews start killing people with
No,
crosses?
it was no. From the Jews, the one who delivered him over to.
No, no. When did the Jews
No,
start
they didn't
killing
start.
people
Hold
with
on, listen.
crosses?
They didn't start killing him with cross, but what you're
So the
not hearing.
Jews don't. Hold on, G Con. Just answer my questions. The Jews don't have a cross to put anybody on. Yes or
No, they
no?
do not. No, they don't.
Okay. Who had the crosses in the first century?
The Roman
Okay. How
Jews
did Jesus die in the first century?
on the cross.
Case closed. Let's move
Right,
to the
but it's
next
not.
one.
Hold on, it's not. Hold on. You know why it's
bro,
not case
how
closed?
case
Hold
closed?
on,
Y'all,
hold on. Let me.
y'all
Hey,
didn't prove
let me.
nothing.
Hold on. Let me finish.
Okay.
Let
Well,
me
hold on,
finish.
hold on, hold on. One
Let
more
me.
It's
question. One
simple.
Hold
more
on,
It's
hold on.
question.
No,
simple.
no. Let
Just
me.
one more
Hold on.
question.
Let me finish
One
though,
more
bro.
question.
Listen.
How did
Wait.
Stephen die? How
Hold
did
on. Listen.
Stephen die?
Stephen was
How did
stoned.
Stone,
Stephen die in Acts
stone to
chapter
Stephen was
death,
8?
stoned.
stone to death.
Stephen was
No,
stoned.
no trial or
Okay, so
nothing.
wait a
Didn't
second.
even
Hold
go
on.
by the
Hold on,
just
Coy. So
Bro,
right in
Stephen
the
was
street
stoned to death by the Jews, and Jesus was put on the cross by the Romans.
by the
Right.
Romans. Yes, sir.
And so
So
hold on.
bro,
According
G
to the
Rod,
narrative.
that's a
Hold on.
simple premises you're building. I hope you
Hold
know
on.
that.
According to the
no, that's a
narrative.
biblical.
Hold
That's
on.
biblical.
Hey, can I at least answer your question, brother?
Yes.
Listen. According to the narrative of what the text is saying, Jesus says that they delivered him unto the
He
Gentiles. And he
delivered
says,
himself, man. He
hold on, hold
delivered
on, hold
himself.
on. Hey, hold on. Let me finish, brother. Listen,
You can
you
finish,
saying
but
that.
there's no way around it, man.
Hey, listen, bro. You saying that, but the text don't say that, so I could care
The
less
text.
about
The
what you're
text
saying.
says he said no man take my life. I
Hold
give it
on. No,
up.
but who
It,
is he?
Oh,
Hold
he
on, but
gave it
look,
up
brother,
to the
who is he
Romans
talking
to
to?
kill.
oh.
Hold on.
He was talking to
Hey,
his
brother,
boys, and he
listen,
said, "I
listen,
give up
listen,
my life. No
listen,
man take it from me."
listen.
And he allowed himself to
Hey,
be killed
brother,
by the
listen.
Romans.
Is you
I'm
gonna keep
listening.
on talking, or you gonna let me finish, bro? So
You can go
listen.
ahead and
Go
try to
ahead, G
finish.
If you
Con.
look at what the text is actually saying, Christ
Uh-huh.
told them, he said, Jews had. And even Peter, when he went down the line in his epistle, what did Peter say? Peter says, "You suffer just like countrymen." He says, "Who the Jews have put Jesus to death." It says he put them to death. I mean,
That's
they
fine.
put
That's
Jesus
fine.
to
Peter
death,
said they put him to death. It
and
didn't happen
Christ
like
said
that,
that
though.
too just as
Hold
well.
on, man. See, man, that's what
I
I'm
got some
talking about.
scriptures for y'all,
That's
boy.
what I'm talking about, man. I thought you boys were studied. First off, Peter didn't even write Second Peter or First Peter. First off,
Come on.
second off,
Man,
Come on.
that's speculation. What you
Right,
talking about?
very true.
come on.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on.
Oh,
You
Come
cannot
on.
prove that he did not write that epistle. That's
Come
speculation. What you
on.
talking about?
no, man. Every scholar in the world will tell you
Man,
that
You
I ain't
mean you
Peter
seen
didn't
not
think
write
one
that
scholar say
epistle.
that. Give me a scholar name right now that said that.
my
Then
brother, think
give me a
Name
about
one
scholar
that
think
that
says
said
he
about
that.
did.
Right. Stop
mm-mm-mm.
playing.
You got to think
You
about what's
can't give me
going
one
on shortly
scholar.
after Jesus died, man. The Roman-Jewish war. You think them brothers all had time to sit down and pen gospels and send them out? Come on, brother.
Well, we could say that about the Old Testament. It poses more problems than the New Testament when it comes to
It
And and
does.
and I
It
would
does.
and
The
I would
difference is
never
I'm
and I
able to
would
acknowledge that.
exactly. I would never lie and say I think Moses wrote Genesis through Joshua. I would never lie and say that. I know it had to been scribed down. There's no way. But see, you can't admit that. If a
he could
Christian
have
brother
did
can't
it.
admit Matthew
I
didn't
could
write
say that
Matthew
too.
or John didn't
You,
write John.
there's absolutely no way you can say that Moses wrote from Genesis
I
to
can't.
the end
You
of
know why?
Numbers. Really?
Hold on. I'm gonna tell you. No, hold on. I'm gonna tell you. Now, I'm not saying to the end of Numbers. I'm saying that Moses could have as well wrote Genesis just as well, because most people say he's not the author of Genesis, but I'm gonna tell you why he could have as well wrote Genesis.
Because he was in the
Because
wilderness.
and not only that is too, that's a great point, but also too, it's because if you believe that it's the Most High to give revelation, then it's him. Because if you look at Paul says that he was on in the third heaven, in a place where there was some things that was
No, see,
unspeakable.
that's
So when you,
not even
all right, but
Hebrew.
let me just finish, bro. Let me just finish. So listen. So what I'm saying,
That's your boy. That's that
hey,
Grecian. That's
hey,
that
you know what?
Grecian.
But listen, let me finish though. So I'm gonna
Yes,
use an
sir.
example. I'm gonna use an example of Old Testament then. Now,
Okay.
when you look at the Old Testament, you can also see a person who's given those type of revelations just well, which is Isaiah. Isaiah
Mhm.
and also Daniel is given apocalyptic and also information, revelations, right? Mysteries. And so when you look at, it's not far fetched that we can see that God is giving man account of about the Ancient of Days, about Himself on how He created the heavens. Now, either way it goes, if you say that it's an author that would have to been a redacted, it would have to been, it couldn't have been Moses. Either way it go, we would have to say that whoever it was, they wasn't there when God created the 6 days. I mean, when God created the 5 days, they would
Yes,
have had to.
yes.
So
Nobody
God would have.
disagrees with that.
So God would have had to been explaining to
No,
them
nobody
or what
disagrees with
happened to
that.
Right.
But
whoever it was.
every scholar will tell you that Second Peter was written after the 1st century.
Yeah, whatever.
That's
I
a
don't.
problem.
Okay, with even with the biblical text, even if you say that that's the case, since the beginning of Genesis, since that time until Moses started writing down and documenting stuff to where we start seeing Hebrews on the scene during that time, and at the alphabets and stuff around 1500s, you would have had to say the same thing because this writing comes about later on during that time. So
Yeah, that's
you
why there's
can't
no doubt for me.
Yeah.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt I can say that.
Hey, they
And
so
I'm a
you
finna.
can't
Torah,
make so that
and I'm an
argument that
Old
you making.
Testament only.
So that
There's no
argument
doubt
you
I can
making.
say that. I have no
Hold on.
problem saying that.
All right, so that's fine. So you can't make that type of argument, but don't use those same type of guidelines when it comes towards the Old Testament. That don't make any sense.
No, I am using those guidelines. The problem
Why
is
do that?
the
Why
name.
bring that
Hold
up
on.
then? When
The
it's part of the
problem.
same
The
part of the
problem
Old
is the
Testament.
first name. The name of the first book in the Old Testament is Genesis, not Moses. That's the
Look.
problem.
Okay, look.
It's Leviticus, not
Let me
Moses.
give
It's
let me give you brothers
Numbers,
an
not
example.
Moses.
I'm gonna give them an example to let them know we do criticize our own text. Watch this. Daniel is the only book that has an angel's name in it in the Tanakh.
The
That- That's
only one.
that's that's almost a red flag because that lets you know Daniel was written later. It couldn't have been written as early as some of
So,
the other texts.
so the book of Ezra's don't have an angel in it. I mean, no, the book of Tobit doesn't have an angel in it.
Enoch.
Tobit is not in the Tanakh. That's written in Greek. See what I'm
Oh,
saying?
I'm just saying. You
So the
saying it
close
doesn't have?
the closer you get to the Hellenized time, you start to see
Then
stuff
you
like
got
that.
angels and you got
But
third
look,
heavens.
but G-Con, you remember how he
Right.
said that the Messiah wasn't supposed to be coming and he wasn't supposed to get no work. He was supposed to be doing the work to people. Watch this.
hmm
Zechariah
I said
12.
coming and getting no work. Hold
Okay,
on, what
but
do you
the
mean?
Messiah is supposed to come and put all these nations down, right?
I said he's gonna come and read Isaiah 11. That's what he's supposed to do. That's one of the things. Isaiah,
Bring
Jeremiah
all these
23.
back to their land. Gather the Israelites back to their land. That's what you're saying.
Right. That's one of the
Now, do
things.
you agree?
One of the
Hold on, hold
things.
on. Do you
Okay,
agree with that?
look, but do you think he's
Do
He's
you
coming to
gonna.
agree
make?
with that?
Is he coming to make war too?
Yes, sir. Yeah, yeah,
No.
yeah.
Do you?
Oh, okay. So Zechariah 12.
Along with
Okay,
the people
Zechariah
too,
12.
though. I think the people gonna be at war too. I think you about
Okay,
to bring it out. Ain't that where it said that
Zechariah
the
12.
feeble will be like David?
Yeah, turn to Zechariah 12. Turn to Zechariah 12.
All right, yeah. I got it in the back of my head. Yeah. Let me
Yeah, come
flip.
on, let's go. We finna go deal with this. We
Yes,
gotta deal
sir.
with this.
And I gotta
hmm
bust G-Con Bubba real quick
Hold
while y'all
on,
get that.
hold on. Zechariah 12, and we can start at verse 7. I just want to read that.
You don't want Zechariah
And the
12.
Lord
You don't want
also
that.
saved
Yeah,
the
he do. Yeah, he do. He wants it.
Zechariah 12 and 7. Let's go. Bring it out. And the Lord also shall save the tents of Judah first, and the glory of the
Uh-huh.
house of David. And the glory of
Stop right there. Stop.
no,
Stop.
bro. Hold on, bro. Can I read this?
Yeah, let
Hold
the
on.
man. Go
Before
ahead, let
you
the man
read it.
read it.
Okay, read it. Read it. I'm sorry.
The Lord also shall save the tents of Judah first, that the glory of the house of David and the glory of the inhabitants of Jerusalem do not magnify themselves against Judah. In that
hmm
day shall the Lord defend the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and
Amen.
he that is feeble among them that day shall be as David, and the house
Hallelujah.
of David shall be as God, as the angel of the
Mm-hmm.
Lord before them. Verse 9. And it shall come to pass in that day that I will seek and destroy all the nations that come against Jerusalem. Verse 10. And I will pour upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace and the supplications, and they shall look upon me, whom they have pierced, and they shall mourn for him as mourner for his only son, and shall be bitterness for him as one that is in bitterness for his firstborn. Yeah, you cut, man, to shreds.
You cut. You serious?
What does it mean? Explain
Wait a
what does
second.
that
Hold
mean?
on.
Hold on.
Hold on, Corey.
Is this no. Let me ask the brother a question. Are you implying that this is the dead man? Is this the dead man from Daniel 9?
It's Messiah coming against
Are you implying? Listen to me. Are you implying this is the dead man from Daniel 9?
Brother, you tripping. You tweaking. You is tweaking, bro. He said
No,
it's the dead man.
No, I'm asking. Hold on. No. Listen to me, brother. We don't know each other like that. Let's not. You know, we brothers.
Come on, bro. You said
I don't care. You New Testament, that's fine, but we still brothers. I'm not tweaking.
This ain't eschatology. This is not
I am
eschatology.
serious.
This isn't eschatology.
Hold on one second, man.
I'm not asking. Is this eschatology? Did my question make sense? I'm saying, are you correlating this to the dead man from Daniel 9? That this is him? And if you say yes, I'm going to say what? I'm going to say yes. No, he has to, because that's who he's. I'm saying what in the text? No, but I haven't even. But how are you asking me a question? I'm asking you a question.
I'm asking you. You trying to jump to Daniel 9 again? Compare. Oh, is this the person in Daniel 9?
Okay.
No. Wait a second. Daniel 9 is the Messiah,
bro. We dealing with Zechariah.
So if it ain't the guy,
we dealing with Zechariah.
So it's not both of them. It's only one of the two.
No. We dealing with the Lord in Zechariah 12 and 10. The Lord that's coming to make war with the nations.
Okay. So let's deal with Zechariah 12. Let's deal with so has that happened? Has that happened yet?
When I read Zechariah.
Listen to my question. Is the Messiah
when I read
coming
Zechariah
back?
12 in my Tanakh?
Listen. One question, bro. One question. Is the Messiah coming to get pierced?
Or is
he already pierced? I'm asking you a simple question.
Okay. Now let's answer that question. Let me answer that question. Let me answer that question. Your English version does not translate that verse correctly.
Oh, you see this now, man? See what y'all got to resort to? Y'all,
the Hebrew, the original?
Speaking fluent Hebrew, I bet.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Shouldn't you want to go to the original?
Like, come on, brothers. Yes, I agree. Definitely, 100%.
Okay, so if you want to go to the original, the original is not saying the same thing you saying.
I bet you that's the same thing as in there, bro.
Wait a second. Hold on. Time out. I heard money. How much you want to bet?
Show me.
Time out. How much do you want to bet? How much do you want to bet?
Hebrew, brother. You got.
How much do you want to bet?
Just tell me that.
No. I'm asking you. How much do you want to bet? Because you think I'm just. You think I'm just shooting off. How much do you want to bet?
You trying to tell me that Hebrew and Greek scholars didn't even get this right? What are you talking?
How much do you want to bet?
Show me that this isn't in the Hebrew. Show me. Then I will believe you. Show me. You, other than me, you telling me from your word of mouth, your English translation, and when you ain't even looked up the scripture.
Verse 10, and I will pour out upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem a spirit of grace and supplications, and they shall look to me because of those who have been thrust through with swords. Let me repeat it. Good. And they shall look to me because of those who have been thrust through with swords, and they shall mourn over it as one mourns over a only son.
What version are you reading, bro?
The Shabbat. I got a Jewish text. I got a Hebrew. Name what I go get in the Dusty Scrolls. Name it. I go get it.
Go get it, please. Show me that this is in the That's what I said. Show me that this isn't in the Hebrew, then I will believe you. But you haven't done that yet.
Hold on, let me go get my Hebrew Bible. Hold on, I got it right here.
See what's happening, there's a war going on. And like I think somebody was talking about this when I first joined in. You said how the houses will be ravished or the women will be ravished and all that there. Yeah, that's scripture lining up now. We know it's going to be a war going on.
Zechariah chapter 12.
Yes, sir.
Zechariah 12.
Let's start at 9, I guess.
It says the same thing in the Hebrew, man. Y'all tweaking, bro. Y'all, that's what's crazy, man. Y'all just y'all can just say things and it don't even be true.
Explain. What do you mean? What Hebrew words? Explain what you're saying. You're saying it said the same thing in Hebrew.
Man, I'm looking at the
What words are you?
I'm telling you right now, it says the same. It doesn't. It is not taken away from it. I'm gonna tell you that right now. It
What
says
version
the
are
same.
you? What kind of Tanakh are you reading?
Bro, do you even speak Hebrew and Greek? Is what I'm asking y'all.
Hold on, I'm reading the JPS to Tanakh. I'm reading the
You see
JPS.
hold on. Did you see what just happened, Blackburn? I just asked the brother a question, and he
No,
just asked.
no, come
He
on, man. You
asked
know
you.
doggone well these guys don't read no Hebrew or know any Hebrew.
Who don't know any? You guys ain't even
You don't know it.
No. What I'm saying is, I asked you, brother.
Not
I
even
asked you what.
really.
I asked you what Tanakh were you looking at, and you said, "Can you even speak Hebrew?" I can speak a few words that I can see and pronounce, but no, can I read it fluently? No.
That this isn't in an ancient text. If you
I'm
want,
That's
literally,
what I'm
I got
saying.
the ancient text.
You said you were looking at it, and I'm saying, what version are you
you
looking at?
telling me that it wasn't in the ancient text before you even
See,
looked it up.
you're not answering me. I don't think you was
Because
looking at nothing, man.
And you still ain't proved
Because
nothing.
see, when you go to your NIV and your KJV, I go to Shabbat, I go to the JPS, I go to the Dead Sea Scrolls. That's the difference between me and you.
No, that
I
ain't.
understand that it's a difference between your NIV and your KJV than the ancient text. I know it's a difference. You don't know that yet. You don't understand that yet.
You brothers ain't no Hebrew and Greek scholars, because if you was, you would
I
know
know
the.
I'm not. There's no doubt about it. But I can go get the sources that's a
You're
lot
saying
older
hold
and a
on.
lot closer to the Hebrew text.
Are you saying if we were Hebrew and Greek scholars, we would side with the KJV? We would
Wait,
side with the Christianized
No, you
versions?
can't say that. You ain't
which
I
saying
think
that.
that's what he's saying. He's saying if we were scholars, then we would understand that
No,
what we're
no, the
saying is
scholars
there.
is telling you that that's the worst translation ever.
come on, brothers. You brothers
Oh my
ain't.
God.
Your brothers ain't getting it, bro. And what's
What
crazy is
what am I not getting, brother? Explain it to me. Show me the
that the
Messiah right here.
I can show you
I don't
multiple
see
prophecies.
anybody. I don't see any ruler.
I can
Listen
see you
to me.
multiple
I don't
prophecies
see
on the
any
same
ruler
thing.
I don't see any ruler in Zechariah 12.
You don't see any ruler?
Regardless of how. No, show me the
Okay.
ruler.
Okay, watch this. The Lord shall also save the tents of Judah first, the glory
The
of the house
Lord.
of David. So God coming back down from his throne?
No,
God.
the
Hey,
Lord
why
saved
would you even add
the
that in there,
Israelites from
bro?
the Kemet.
Why would you even add that in there?
The Lord saved the Israelites from the Kemet people. Did the Lord come down and do that?
That's what I'm trying to sit here and tell you. Why would you even throw that in there then?
What he's saying
No,
is
listen.
there's no
That's
Jesus
what I'm saying.
Christ.
Cut me off.
That's
I was
what
trying
I'm
to read.
saying. Listen, because like Isaiah 63 is why I'm saying that, because literally it will be the Lord. Now, will we be alongside the Lord? I don't know. But the Lord will literally
The
come
Lord
down
coming
on earth.
first. The Lord gonna be born as a baby.
No.
No.
Okay, watch
Is that what
this.
the scriptures
No,
say?
no, no. We
Is that what
finna deal with
Ezekiel says? The prince gonna sit before the baby Lord? Come on, man.
all right. But you got to deal with this right here. Turn to the book of Micah, chapter 5. You
Okay,
got to
so
deal.
we dealt with 53 that don't say nothing about a ruler.
No,
12
wait
don't
a
say
minute.
nothing
Wait
about a
a minute.
ruler. Now we're
Wait a
going to
minute. You
Micah.
haven't proved nothing in Isaiah 53. First of all, we already dealt with that, brothers. You brothers was confounded.
It doesn't talk about a ruler.
That's not talking
I'm
about a
not
whole nation.
confounded. Listen to me.
About a
That
simple
sounds nice. It's not talking about a ruler. And we know the Messiah is going to be a ruler. So we can X that one out. And we X Zechariah because it's not talking about a ruler. It's
So
talking
who?
about a war, but not a
Wait a
ruler.
second.
So
It
why
said
would
in
the
the day of the Lord. So
Lord?
wait a
Because
second.
listen, watch
Hold
this.
on,
Watch this,
Let me
brothers.
ask you this question.
No, G-Rod, watch this. Because every time the scriptures speak on the ruler, it speaks on victory. It don't never say that the ruler gets hurt.
It's two totally different people.
Bro, listen, bro. What y'all didn't answer was who this was. That's what y'all do. That's
Okay,
that.
hold on. Let me answer that. Let me answer that.
Who this was?
No, let me answer that. You say I don't answer it.
No,
Let me answer it now.
You have to
Let me
answer
answer that right now.
when this happened.
Let me answer that right now.
When this happened, y'all haven't
Those
answered who this was.
every prophecy that we have looked at has not been fulfilled.
G-Rod. Nobody said that all these prophecies been fulfilled.
Okay, wait a second. Hold on. Time out. In order for me to give a guy named Jesus the Messiah badge, he has to fulfill it.
G-Rod. Then if all of it ain't come to pass, that means you saying Isaiah 53 hasn't come to pass. So that means somebody is supposed to come and suffer then. When did this
Isaiah 53 just talks about a Jew being killed.
G-Rod, you just said that this didn't happen yet. You just said that. Did you not just say that?
Like, we're talking about Zechariah chapter 12 has not happened. No. Isaiah 53. Bro, Isaiah 53. Nobody.
You're jumping, playing around, bro. Because we were talking about Isaiah 53.
Okay, Isaiah 53. Isaiah 53 talks about a man that's going to get his days prolonged, that's going to see his kids, that died for transgression. If I was to say that was Jesus Christ, that is not a Masonic prophecy.
No. Die for the transgressions of who?
No, he's asking, did this already happen? That's what he's asking.
Did this already happen?
Yeah, whoever that was in Isaiah 53, did that already happen?
Isaiah 53 has not came to pass.
So a Messiah is supposed to come and die for the people then. You agree?
No. Where you get that from?
No, that's what we differ, okay? He believes that. I like I said, until I have further proof, I believe it might have been King Hezekiah.
No, listen. So you're saying King Hezekiah, who else can come and die for the
No, it's funny when you're reading it in your Christianized version. That's what I keep telling you. Read it in the Tanakh if you got one in front of you. You're gonna see why I say it sounds like Hezekiah. Because it's gonna say he was stricken with sickness, but the Lord prolonged his days. It don't read the same way. It doesn't sound the same way. And you're gonna see, this had to be Hezekiah.
Your brother's gonna have to bring your Bible.
Not only that, this person
Isaiah 53, Isaiah 1 and 1.
Because we dealing with comparative text over here, man. Like y'all ain't even brought.
Okay. Hold on. Let's do this. If Jesus have not fulfilled the prophecies, why are you calling him a Messiah?
Who said he hasn't fulfilled the prophecies?
You did.
We just got through talking about a ruler. You said war. You said all this stuff. He hadn't done none of that.
Well, hold on, Coy. Wait a second, Coy. You said he hasn't fulfilled it because he got to come back and do it.
Christ came to fulfill certain prophecies during the time.
It don't say that nowhere in a text.
The text don't say that, my brother. That's the problem. The text doesn't say he gonna do this now, do this later. That's what I was saying on my intro. It flew over everybody's head. That's what I was saying on my intro. See, nobody's listening. You can't listen with your mouth open.
What does it mean when you say? What does it mean when it's
question? I'm gonna repeat my intro. Whenever I get a chance, I'm gonna repeat what I said when I first started speaking.
What was your question? What was your intro?
Christ should be cut off. What does that mean?
It don't say Christ to be cut off. Why you keep saying that?
The Messiah shall be cut off. What does
it don't say? Okay, and I asked you, my brother, in Daniel chapter 9. This is where we at, right? We're in Daniel 9, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay, in Daniel chapter 9, let me ask you a question. In Isaiah 42, who was the Messiah?
Wait, you said Daniel 9.
I know. In other words, you keep saying the Messiah is supposed to be cut off. Every Messiah has been cut off. There's not been no one Messiah. There's been Messiah after Messiah after Messiah because you don't have a clear. Hold on, let me answer. You don't have a clear definition of what a Messiah is. A Messiah is the anointed one. There has been many different anointed ones.
You're playing semantics, G-Rod, because...
No, I'm not playing semantics. You think that the only Messiah in the text is Jesus Christ. That's a bald-faced lie.
What I'm saying to you that the Lord was going to send a certain Messiah to fulfill some prophecies that he said.
Okay, now when the temple was destroyed, the anointed one, aka Messiah, was Philip. During the year 70, there was 2 or 3 different Messiahs or anointed ones after the death of Jesus Christ. And there has been many since Jesus, before Jesus Christ came. There has not been no a Messiah. There's no such thing.
So you said Philip was the Messiah. What prophecies did Philip fulfill? What prophecies in the Old Testament?
In Daniel chapter 9, the only thing that Messiah was supposed to do was be cut off, be killed. That was it. There's nothing else in that text about.
Look, that's how I know you brothers don't believe in the same thing. Your mans that just left, your man said that the Messiah wouldn't come and die. He don't see that none through the text. Y'all don't even believe the same thing, first of all.
No. Wait a second. I've already told you all the Messiahs have came and died. Every last one of them. What I have told you was there's nothing in the text that suggests the Messiah is going to be killed for the sins of anybody.
He said that no Messiah is coming to die. He said that that's not happening. He don't see that in the prophecy.
No. What he's telling you is that no Messiah is coming to come down on the cross for no sins. He's telling you that a man is coming, he's going to live, and that man is going to have a funeral. He's going to die.
Well, who is Isaiah 6 talking about?
What verse?
The feathery flying serpent.
The feathery flying serpent.
The feathery flying serpent. Who is that talking about in Isaiah 6 then?
Let me go get it.
See, that's you guys saying that nobody's coming to die for nobody's sins, but it shows it throughout the whole Old Testament Torah to not.
I never said nobody would. Well, hold on. What do we think about what the Torah says?
Just said that.
Well, see,
what I said was nobody's coming to die for your sins. And I said every single Messiah, every anointed one has died. Every last one of them.
So who was in Isaiah 6 then? Who is Isaiah 6 talking about?
In what verse?
Look at it. Let me see.
What verse?
Guys said nobody can take away the sins of the people, I guess. That's what you guys saying.
What verse are you in?
Every man dies for his own sins. That's Torah. You know that. Every man shall be put to death for his own sin. No. That's the words of the Most High. Ain't no we finna see. That's the words of the Most High. Everybody's put to death for their own sin.
Start at verse 5. We can start at
verse 5. It says,
we can start
who is me? I am lost, for I am a man of unclean lips, and I live among a people of unclean lips. Yet my own eyes have beheld the Lord of hosts. Then one of the serfs flew over to me with a live coal, which he had taken from the altar with a pair of tongs. He touched it to my lips and declared, now that this has touched your lips, your guilt shall depart, and your sin be purged away.
I thought nobody else can take the sins away from people.
Wait a second. Where do you see dying or somebody or Messiah at in that? Where do you see any of that at?
This is a vision from Isaiah. This is a vision of the feathery flying serpent being a representation of Christ.
Oh, okay. So you don't see representation of Christ. You just added that to that.
No, this is a vision.
But wait a second. Why wouldn't Isaiah add that to it?
What you mean? Why wouldn't Isaiah add that?
Why
would he give you a vision?
With a Christian?
Why would Isaiah give you a vision of someone coming to take away the sins of the people?
Because you just said that's what he said.
Man, okay. And it's crazy how you brothers can just read the book of Isaiah and just.
Are you saying Isaiah 6 is talking about a man? This one of these. Listen to me. Answer me this, brother. Is the seraphim is Jesus also?
Yes, because it's a representation. It's a representation. Like when Moses lifted up the serpent in the wilderness, all the Israelites.
Okay. No. That's fine. That's fine if that's what you. That's fine. I just want to verify that. So what in the text in chapter 6 gives you that indication?
But what I'm showing you,
Where do
brothers,
you get?
that,
Where does it say?
bro,
And this is the
listen there.
interpretation of the vision.
Listen there. I'm showing you, brothers,
Nowhere,
that
right?
all throughout the prophecy.
Okay, I just want to verify that. I'm gonna mute myself.
I'm showing you, brothers, that all throughout the prophecies, that the Lord was prophesied to come and be afflicted first. That's what I'm trying to show y'all.
That's not in Isaiah 6.
The book of Isaiah says this. The book of Zechariah says this. What are you guys talking about?
No, let me tell you something, man. The prophecy is about a man regathering tribes. The prophecy is about the world being at world peace. You and me both got on the call.
That topic because
Hold on, me and you both got on the call. Me and you both got on the call in the very beginning.
You definitely shouldn't be dabbling around trying to teach nobody. If y'all believe in the Old Testament is only for the Israelites according to the books.
You got on the call and you said that Jesus is going to come and finish up his job.
Y'all even reading it for if you don't even believe you're an Israelite is what I want to know.
What'd you say now?
Who is Christ coming to deliver? Who's the Messiah coming to deliver? What tribe?
No, who said you had to be delivered from anything? You still a Christian.
Bro,
you still dibbling this I'm going to hell stuff.
Who? I don't believe in no hell. What are you talking about? You don't even know my.
You can't. So what are you being delivered from?
What do you mean? What delivered from the hand of my oppressor? What do you think salvation is?
So wait a second. Are you being oppressed?
Yes.
Oh,
do you want me to call the cops?
Oh, you believe you're in bondage right now? Yeah.
Hold on, wait a second. You need me to call the cops for you?
The Messiah coming to save people that. All right, watch this. Isaiah 61.
Hold on.
Hold on. You just said you was oppressed.
Who's doing what to you, brother? Seriously, brother. Hold on. Who's doing what to you? Because if we need to load up and come over there, we'll get the plane ticket.
I can call
we'll come
along.
out there.
If you in some trouble, man, I can help you.
You need some help.
Y'all cooning right now. Hope y'all know.
No, we're not cooning. No, we're not cooning, brother. But your definition of oppressed is nothing what the definition of oppressed is.
The spirit of Moses. You know when Moses saw his brother getting oppressed, he went and did what he had to do.
Oppressed.
I'm coming with that.
Is not the so-called African American man in America oppressed?
Who's oppressing you right now?
This system.
Well, how?
What do you mean? How systematically?
Okay. Hold on. Wait a second. Are we dealing with racism or oppression?
Both.
Okay. Now let's get into some real stuff. Let's deal with some 2020 stuff. Brother, how much money? Hold on. I just looked at it. I literally just looked at it a couple of weeks ago. I can loan you or give you the money and drive you to the airport, and you get on with a plane and go anywhere you want to go in the world.
Okay, y'all said, now look, I just want to answer y'all a question. Y'all said that nobody's going to be bound. No, Christ ain't coming to save nobody that's bound, right? Or in captive, right?
You said he's coming to save the oppressed. I'm trying to figure out how a group is. I understand the racism. I don't understand. I seriously don't understand the oppression.
The Spirit of the Lord God, Isaiah 61:1. The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me because the Lord had anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He has sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives. Ooh, who's coming to do that?
Wait a second. Are you a captive?
You just said that ain't happening.
Who's talking right there?
Isaiah.
But are you a captive?
What'd you say?
So is Isaiah talking for somebody else right there?
For the Lord, yeah.
Yahawashi. Go ahead.
So are you a captive?
Yes.
Well, can you explain? I mean, literally, and I'm not trying to poke fun at you. I'm literally asking a real question.
To Uncle Sam, I got to pay taxes to the white man. I got to do all this. I got to pay taxes for everything.
Okay. Can you go somewhere else and not pay taxes?
Where?
I'm asking, can you go anywhere else in the world and not pay taxes?
What are skipping over is the systematic oppression that left our people on the bottom of the barrel as a whole nation of people, not just me individually. If I gain some money and gather some money and come up with some change and then take myself somewhere else, my whole nation still is subjective to another nation being oppressed. That's the whole point of what I'm trying to tell you, brothers. You brothers are looking over all that is going right over y'all head.
No, I'm not looking at it, and I love and fight for my brothers more than anything, and more than any time I've ever loved and fight for my brothers. But when you try to break a biblical text, try to make it seem like we oppressed or we captives, that's a lie.
And what would be the point of salvation and the Messiah being to be set as a savior to come? What would be
The only reason why you tie in salvation, you've been taught by the white man Christianity.
I've been taught by the white man Christianity. I don't even believe in Christianity.
There's no such thing. There's no such thing. Yeah, you can't stand it, but you preaching the same thing to me. You preaching salvation.
I'm preaching salvation.
You preaching me wait on somebody for salvation. If I'm oppressed, if my brother Corey calls me right now telling me he oppressed, I'm gonna start my truck up.
61 is eschatology, bro. What are you talking about? The Lord's coming to save the meek and the oppressed and the brokenhearted and the captives. What are you talking about?
That don't got nothing to do with me or you.
Blackburn, he has a great question. He has a great question. He said, who are we waiting on?
Say.
Yeah, who you think we waiting on?
Watch this. The Tanakh don't speak about waiting on. The Tanakh does not speak about waiting on anybody. It never says to sit and wait on somebody.
If Corey's oppressed,
we're not waiting on nobody.
We got to do the work too.
That makes you think everybody's waiting on somebody.
Y'all doing that right now.
No, what you're doing is you're waiting on a savior. I'm telling you, be the savior.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Be the savior. If you oppressed,
if I spend my life,
get out of it.
In the Old Testament, I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. Y'all don't believe in the Old Testament. So where is the Messiah? You said he wasn't gonna be born. Okay, watch this.
Who said that? Who said the Messiah wasn't gonna be born?
You said that the Messiah will literally be coming. He will come straight to earth. He ain't never touched earth before, right? He just coming straight to earth.
That is.
I never said he coming straight to the earth.
Not what I said.
I said he ain't came yet.
Okay, so who is this?
I said the opposite of that. See,
he ain't came yet. So who is this? Micah chapter 5, verse 1. Now gather go to it, turn to it. Micah chapter 5, verse 1.
Okay, come on.
Now gather thyself, O daughter of troops. He have laid siege against us. They shall smite the judge of Israel with the rod upon the cheek. Who is the judge of Israel?
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Verse 2. But thou Bethlehem Ephratah, though thou be little amongst thousands of Judah, yet out of these shall come forth unto me that is ruler in Israel, whose goings forth have been from old, from everlasting. Whose goings forth was from old and from everlasting? Who is this talking
King
about?
David.
So King David lived forever. He's gone from old.
Jesus died at 33. You do know that, right?
Confounded. He's confounded. That's the problem, bro. Y'all don't believe in the whole. Y'all don't believe in the Old Testament.
No, I'm saying, Jesus died at age 33, right?
Bro, what's that got to do with Micah chapter 5? You're jumping so you can deflate.
Because you just, I told you it was David. I told you it was David, and you said that David didn't live forever. So
the Messiah will come out of the loins of David. What are you talking about? He said he will raise a branch out of David, not David himself. What are you talking about?
Okay, again,
David was from the clan of Bethlehem Ephratah. He was from that specific clan of people.
David, this is the book of Micah. This is a prophecy. What are you talking about?
Wait a second. What makes you think he's talking about a prophecy right there?
No, you know how it says, listen to me, you know how it says that David's gonna.
Order of truth. He have laid siege against us. They shall smite the judge of Israel. They shall is future tense. Smite the judge of Israel with a rod upon the cheek. But thou Bethlehem Ephratah, listen, though thou be a little amongst thousands of Judah, yet out of thee shall he come forth unto me.
Where we at? Micah 5?
Whose going forth have been from old, and from everlasting. And now so you're telling me that David's going forth was from old and everlasting, and you're telling me that David was smitten by the rod on the cheek? When David got his ass whooped? Show me when David got his ass whooped. I would love to see it. Y'all telling me that, but y'all ain't proving it. Confounded. Tell them, bro. They confounded.
So that automatically means it's Jesus. I feel you.
Confounded.
I feel you, but that don't
when David ever been smoked?
All I can prove is that he was from Bethlehem, from that tribe of people, from that clan of people. But as far as
what tribe is
it's like
Jesus
that other
from?
thing about Solomon getting the stripes on the back, I can't prove that.
No, don't run. It said a lot of things in here. Y'all got to pull all the meat off these bones, man. It said
what verse? What verse do it say? What verse he said he's gonna be hit?
It said the judge of Israel. Micah 1 and 2 and verse 2. It said he have laid siege against us. They shall smite the judge of Israel. The judge of Israel. We know who that is. The Messiah.
Micah?
The book of Micah, chapter 5
and 2.
I know you ain't never heard this before. You getting confounded right now.
No, it don't say that in verse 2. That's why I'm wondering where you at.
Who is that? Hold on.
But you reading out the Tanakh, it might be verse 1. No,
it's not in verse 1 either. I'm reading the Shabbat. It don't say anything about anybody being smite.
We'll read it because that's what I like. I know that Christianized version be.
I'm reading the Shabbat. The Shabbat says, "And you, Bethlehem, you shall have been in the lowest of the clans of Judah. From you shall emerge for me to be a ruler over Israel, and his origins is from old, from the days of your yore. Therefore he shall deliver them unto a time a woman in confinement gives birth, and the rest of his brothers shall return upon the children of Israel. And he shall stand and lead with the might of the Lord and with the pride of the Lord his God, and they shall return. For now he shall become great to the ends of the earth. And this shall be peace, should Azrael come into our land and should tread upon our palaces. We will anoint over them 7 shepherds." It don't say anything about somebody being struck on the cheek. Throw your KJV in the trash, man.
Bro, see, that's this brother. He don't even know what he read, man. I just posted the link in the chat. Whoever that was said that he was trying to come in here, but
Micah 5.
Yes, Micah chapter 5, bro. Listen to what it says slowly, bro. Listen.
We heard it in the KJV, but you hear it in the Tanakh.
Now,
listen, who's right? Who's right though? Because one has to be wrong.
Bro, it said this. Listen, they shall smite the judge.
I heard it. We've heard. Listen, hold on, brother. I've been a Christian for 30 some odd years of my life. I've definitely heard the scripture.
What are you talking about? I eat Christian for breakfast. What are you talking about?
But those who believe in the Christ are considered what? Christians. They were first called Christians in Antioch.
Okay, my fault, Coy. My fault, Coy.
Hey, Coy. It's not the same of the Hebrew
You're in the wrong book.
Coy. Hey, Coy.
It's not
Coy. Coy, I was wrong and right, and he was wrong and right. It's in chapter 4.
Right?
It's in chapter 4.
You're reading the wrong chapter the whole time. That's crazy.
14, because I'm reading the Tanakh. I'm reading the real Tanakh. In chapter 4, verse 14, it says, "Now you shall gather yourselves." It says, "Now you shall gather yourselves in troops, O daughter of troops. He has laid siege to us." Watch this. "With a rod they strike the judges of Israel on the cheeks." Stop, man. Get out of here. They strike the judges.
So now all we got to do is look at the Hebrew word. It's so simple. For anybody who can read this, if you get that I am, you get that im on there, that yod and that mem, that closed mem on the end of the word for judge, which I think should be a Shofetim, something like that. Something about a Shofetim, the book of Judges, whatever the name, anybody look that up. If they get that plural on there, then they know the Tanakh is right, and they know the KJV is wrong.
Part of the scripture.
All they got to do is find a plural for the word for judges.
This
they
is
look at their Masoretic text.
Individual right
That's
here,
fine,
bro.
what you say, but here that's I know what it's talking about in the KJV. But listen to me, everybody who's listening. One version says judge, one version says judge is. So all you have to do, I haven't even done this yet, so I need to fact check myself as well and fact check Tanakh, the Hebrew speakers. Let's see what they have to say. If what they had to say was true, find the word judges in this verse and see if it's plural or if it's singular. If it's plural, you got to throw that KJV in the trash, man.
Yeah, guess what? In the NIV, it's plural. Throw it in the trash.
Oh my goodness.
Let me look at
Is
the
it plural
RSV.
in the NIV for real?
Yes.
Is it really plural?
Now watch this.
Oh man.
Read your version again, and then I'm gonna read my version. Read your version, verse 1 and 2.
Trash. Yeah, that's trash, man. This is a shame. This is really shameful. You know? It's shameful, man. I don't know, man.
I'm finna show y'all right here.
No, that's why I say I've been a Christian for 30-some years of my life. None of this is new. Everything you still are, my brother. If you believe in the Christ, if you believe Jesus is the Christ, you're a Christian. There's no this.
You don't follow the prophets. You don't follow nothing. So what are you?
That's fine. That's fine. But my point is,
no,
if you
that be the
believe
problem.
Jesus is
the problem
Christ,
is we do follow it. The problem is we do follow it.
Read it again. Read it again.
Okay, I'm reading it. The NIV.
No, you reading the NIV? Read what you were just reading.
And the Shabbat? Okay, I'm reading the Shabbat. The Shabbat is a Jewish Hebraic text. Now, you shall... Okay.
Hebrew. You want a Hebrew, whatever.
Okay.
You can stick to your... Hold on. Do you think the Hebrew text has been tampered with?
It was written in. I bet you that's not. But let's go.
Now you shall gather yourselves in truth, O daughter of truth.
Fact check us.
He has laid siege to us with a rod. They strike the judges of Israel. On the cheek. They've always been judges of Israel.
Keep reading.
Okay, chapter 5, verse 1. And you, Bethlehem, Ephraim, you shall have been the lowest of the clans of Judah. From you he shall emerge for me to be a ruler over Israel, and his origins is from days of yore.
He shall be context, individual, and you can found it in your own text. That's why I'm sitting here trying to tell you. It's talking about the judge of Israel individually. I knew.
No, it ain't. No, it ain't. It didn't say the judge of Israel.
Brother.
That person he read from said judge is, and then it went on to talk about another person, and it don't tell you who this person is. Brother, you see, when you read it in the Christianized, I see how the Tanakh separated those two different chapters. That's interesting, man.
Told you it was
the Tanakh stops at verse 4, verse 14.
That's why I said he and he. That's why it's talking about an individual, bro. Y'all confounded. And I'm finna
it says judges. All you gotta do is look in the Hebrew and look for the word judge and see if it's plural. If it's plural, it's a wrap, man.
Hold on, Coy. This is the perfect time for you to
Wasn't the judges of Israel destroyed by the Romans? The apostles, all them, the 12 apostles, when they destroyed by the Romans, when they smited. That's why I want y'all to answer. Answer those questions.
No, they wasn't. You have no text to show that any apostle was killed by the Romans.
The Jews, and I guess none of the history just happened. I guess we just negate all the history. We just negate all the history. Yes, that's
No,
what
because I
y'all
know
said.
real history.
Yeah, okay. That's crazy, bro. And it is like that. That text is not lying on it. It's saying the same thing, but it just said that multiple judges will smite, and then it went an individual talking about an individual right after that again. That's what I'm sitting here trying to tell
Right.
you. Going
So you're
forth
right
with
about the future tense. You're right about the future tense. It
going
might
forth
it
with
might it might
word
have been talking about
about
somebody. Yeah.
Yahawashi who helped create
Hmm.
Yahawashi created the heavens through the Most High and the angels with the angels.
Where does it
That's
say that any of that in Genesis, brother?
It's not talking about David. Y'all's confounded, bro. You said it was talking about David. You said it was talking about multiple judges, but it went to individual right after that. Confounded, bro. Y'all confounded. I hope y'all know. Next, what's next? For real. Micah chapter 5 is
Okay, so next, we'll go back to this thing I said, and then I'm gonna have to probably cut this short, maybe another 20, 30 minutes, man. We're gonna go back to my opening argument, which was any so-called messianic scripture that you show that shows a so-called Messiah dying. This is the issue that I have. Those prophecies never continue by saying this man will rise again and do something. What you have to wind up doing as a Christian believer, you have to attach prophecies together. And the prophets weren't speaking in tangent with each other. They weren't speaking together. They had separate prophecies for separate people at separate times. So what I'm saying is, even if you show me somebody dying in Daniel just says that's it. Daniel never speaks on that guy again the rest of the book of Daniel. You see what I'm saying? If Isaiah 53 is this suffering servant, well, then the scriptures never say how this servant is the servant who comes back to rule. But you never get those
what
dots
y'all having
connected.
a problem
The only listen to me, brother. Listen to me, and I'll let you go. The only way dots get connected is when men put these things together, because the prophets don't speak like what how men speak today. Men say, "Oh, he had to come back," and but that whole phraseology, that whole idea is nowhere in the Tanakh. It's nowhere in it. So I know we might be confounded. I'm not going to act like I know it all. You may have confounded me here and there on something, but you can never confound me on the fact that, oh yeah, the Messiah is supposed to come back, because it says it right here. No, wherever I see a guy die, that's it for that prophecy. Wherever I see a guy ruling, that's it for that prophecy. I never see the two going hand in hand. I never see the ruler dying. I never see the dying guy coming back to rule. Selah.
It's so crazy that y'all trying
So
to mix all this stuff up just to make it happen for
I was trying
your.
to get somebody else. I was just trying to look the link in, but what I was okay, here goes. Told him I post a link in the chat, but it ain't working. But what I was saying is, overall, brothers, that there's multiple prophecies that Christ came and did. Dog, you can't even get around like riding on a mule. Like it's so many prophecies that Christ
Dude, did you just say
Hold on,
riding
hold
on a
on, hold on, hold
mule?
on, hold on. Riding on a mule?
like I'm just
Really,
giving
dude?
you real details on things you
No, no, no,
heard.
no, no.
Yo,
After this one,
what y'all tripping on?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna call
listen,
it a night. Listen to me, my brother. That's
yeah,
not the
call it a
prophecy.
night
The
because
prop. The,
you
no,
can't.
no,
Can
no,
I?
no, no, no. I
You
gotta
didn't
work in
even
the
let me
morning, my
go, bro.
brother.
That's so
I
crazy,
got a
bro.
lot of kids to
You
feed.
didn't
Listen
let
to
me
me, real
finish what
quick,
I was saying, bro.
We're gonna get off this milk. We're gonna get off this milk. I'm finna read this. Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout, O daughter of
Yeah,
Jerusalem.
bro,
Behold,
listen.
your
You ain't.
king
I just
cometh
let
unto
you
you.
go on that
He
little
is just
spur.
and
That
having
long.
salvation, lowly and riding upon an ass and upon the coat, the foal of an ass. And then it continues. I will cut off the chariot from Ephraim and the horse from Jerusalem, and the battle bow shall be cut off, and he shall speak peace unto the heathen, and his dominion shall be from sea even to sea, and from river even to the ends of the earth. That has not happened yet. Nobody, you know why the man's gonna come in on a donkey?
To
You
say
know,
that
listen
the
to me,
whole
man.
prophecy
Listen to me,
fulfilled.
brother. Let me get you off some
You
milk
have
real quick,
no,
'cause
no,
I
brother.
gotta go
You
ahead.
hold on, bro.
Listen to me, brother. Listen, please. You know why
No,
you
brother, listen. You haven't even let me talk yet. I was just trying to show you that I just let you go through that whole spoil right there. Go through that whole spoil right there. You ain't even let me come out what I had to say. We just dealt with Micah chapter 5, and then you're sitting here trying to tell me that Yahawashi, or who the world called Christ, didn't
Hey
fulfill
man,
none of those
don't
prophecies in the
block me, man. Cause I gotta. No. You
Listen,
said the
bro.
man came in on a donkey. That was fulfillment of prophecy. That is very elementary, my brother. You can't say because he rode in on a donkey, he fulfilled a prophecy. When the prophecy don't just say the man gonna come in on a donkey. It says It says that the battle bow will be cut off. Listen.
Corey, you cut me off before I even finished. I was giving you a simple little prophecy of multiple prophecies that was supposed to
But
be
that wasn't finished. That wasn't the whole prophecy. That's what I'm telling you. You can't throw that out there like that was it.
No, it's
That's
not
not it, my
simple.
brother.
But you have a problem
Then
doing
you can't throw it out there, brother. You can't throw half a bit of prophecy. I don't care who rode on a donkey in the Jerusalem.
You're basically saying
That's
when
not
you
the fulfillment.
listen, Corey, when you're reading the scroll, you're trying to say that all those prophecies has to be fulfilled in that scroll right there. That's not true.
No, I'm saying in every prophecy, the prophecy might be 2 or 3 verses long. You can't chop off one verse and say, oh, he just got to come in on a donkey. That's not, and then die. That's not what the prophecy say. The prophecy say
Doc,
the
do you
prophecy
know
say
how
the
many people
war. It
rode in
says
on a
the
donkey?
chariot and the bow. Listen, it says the bow will be broke. It says that war gonna cease. I just want to get this one point out to you. Listen to me. Listen, brother. Listen. You know why he's gonna come in on a donkey? Because war is gonna be over. That's what that symbolizes. He's not riding on a war chariot anymore. He might not even come in on a donkey. It might be symbolism, but the donkey symbolizes you don't go to war on a donkey. So when he comes back into Jerusalem on a donkey, it's like all that's over now. Everybody dead. Listen to me. It's a
That means
war.
humility. A donkey means humility, brother.
Man,
To
this
be
dude was
humble.
reading about
Donkey
donkey.
That's what I
mean, this
mean.
is
What you
talking
talking
about war. What is it talking about? I will cut off the chariot from Ephraim. It's talking about war, brother. Look at the next verse.
You talking about war, bro? That is not
Listen,
symbolic.
I will cut off the chariot from Ephraim and the horse from Jerusalem. Is it talking about killing animals? And the battle bow shall be cut off. Because after he kick ass, he's gonna speak peace. And I gotta go to sleep, brothers. Shalom.
It's gonna happen simultaneously, bro. That's what you messing up, right? That's what your mind is telling you. You talking about somebody says, "Oh, you're a Christian, bro." Your mind is telling
I just read verse 9 and 10, and verse 9 and 10 are both one prophecy. You try to act like verse 9 was just a prophecy by itself, and whoever does 9 don't have to do 10 also. That's a lie. Zechariah would have looked at you funny if you told him that. I just said all this got to happen. How you gonna tell me this ain't supposed to happen? This was the Most High said was gonna happen,
see
right?
if it
See, so you see what you did? You told me that Jesus fulfilled many prophecies. He came in on a donkey. I couldn't even let you get to the next one because that is not the prophecy. The prophecy is not just to come in on a donkey.
I just showed you Micah 5. He would be born in Bethlehem.
Micah 5 is fine, but you got to throw Zechariah 9 out of there. Try another one, my bro. Try another one.
No, Micah 5 cut
another one. Zechariah 9, let's just stop.
You over there leaking out right now.
You know, you might be right. Micah 5 is, that's fine. Micah 5 might have cut me hard, but throw another messianic prophecy you think Jesus fulfilled out. Try another one. Zechariah 9 didn't work.
G-Con, you
Try
got
another
something
one.
Hey, my brothers, I'm gonna hell back.
Anybody got a messianic prophecy that Jesus fulfilled? Exactly. Anybody got a messianic prophecy that Jesus fulfilled?
Micah chapter
Besides
5,
coming in on a donkey, which ain't the full prophecy. Micah 5. He fulfilled Micah 5.
Isolate that one little statement I said when I done showed you all these prophecies, brother. I done showed you Micah 5.
How did he fulfill Micah 5? Tell me how he fulfilled Micah 5.
We showed
what did Micah 5 say he was going to do? Listen to me. What did Micah 5 say he was going to do?
Go back to it again so you can be confounded once again.
Hey,
brothers,
I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. I got work in the morning too.
Yeah, I need to let it go too, because this is elementary, man. Yeah. Shalom, brother.
So what we got is
coming in on a donkey. Coming in on a donkey. That's all we got so far. That's all we got. He rode in on a donkey, man. That's sad, man, for the Christian nation, man. That all we got is him coming in on a donkey.
You're very simple.
All right, brother G-Rod. No, it's simple that prophecy don't stop at one verse. That's
Messiah
not.
gonna knock your head off the shoulders. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Well,
Gotta
that's not in the scriptures. That's not in the scriptures. So that's cool. All
repent.
that spirit, that Christian spirit, I understand. But just because
All
you
right.
mad because he rode in on a donkey and that was it, that ain't the prophecy, brother. I'm sorry. You got to come harder next time. Think of
Showed
a
you
real
he
prophecy he
did
fulfilled.
already.
Only thing
Showed
you show, listen. The only thing you showed that your Messiah did so far was die. That ain't what my Messiah gonna come and do.
well, who is Micah 5 talking about? Exactly. Micah 5 cut him to shreds, brother. He know it. That's why he admitted.
Right. You know what's crazy is because he keeps saying when you look at Daniel 9, it says that the Messiah is coming to die, and it says that he's going to come and die during the time of the Roman Empire. And so if they can point and show if there what Messiah would have died during that time that was cut off from his people. I don't think they have showed that. They haven't
And that's
demonstrated
what
that
I
all
asked
night.
him, G-Con. I said, show me who this is and what period of time this happened.
Philip B. Samuel, and he died in year 70.
And you see
You
that,
said
Alex?
Philip. You said Philip who?
The Philip B. Samuel was the last anointed one that died in year 70 when the Romans came in and destroyed the temple. It's documented.
You said you're 70.
Year 70.
Right. So then when it says that he was cut off from his people, was Philip a part of Israel?
Yes, he was an anointed prophet. I mean, he was an anointed priest. He was working in the temple.
It said so basically he was Israel basically. He was cut off.
Yes,
And was he a king or who was he?
David. Prove that
he was
Philip
an
was
anointed priest.
a priest from the
He was the
tribe of
high
Levi.
priest.
That's a red flag right there, bro. This
Him being
dude,
a high priest?
he's
Right
confounded.
now, I don't think that's just that. I don't think you historically accurate on what you're
No,
saying
no, I know I'm historically accurate.
because
That's
you're saying
terrible. You telling me a high priest was the Messiah, which would have came from the tribe of Levi, which was predicted the Messiah was predicted to come out of the loins of David from the tribe of Judah. He's confounded, bro, right away. I don't even gotta go to scripture. That you already know you confounded for saying that.
right. And so what's crazy
Felice
about
Ben
this is it
Samuel.
says 70.
Felice Ben
It
Samuel
says
was the
70
last
weeks.
Jewish high priest, the 83rd since Aaron. He was from
Now
the
he's
tribe
switching
of.
it up. Now he's switching it up.
No,
He
I'm
got
not.
Right, but hold
Isaac.
on, hold on. It says the Messiah. It says that Messiah should be cut off. Right. It says 40. It says 490 years are determined
Hmm.
for the
And that
house and
equals
for the
that
people.
that came out to year 70 during the time of
Right.
Herod's
Well,
temple.
hold on. Well, hold on. Stop for a minute. Now you have a problem there because it says that
He comprehension.
after 483 years should he be cut off, and so
Hmm.
he was cut off in the 69th week. And so if he's cut off in the 69th week, then you saying that 70 fulfills that, but it says he was cut off in the 69th week. Though. It says after
Confounded.
483 years should he be cut off. So then you got a problem there because we see that in between the 69th and the 70th week the that Messiah is cut off. So the
Hmm.
70th week don't even begin yet. So
Hmm.
that's what I'm trying to see how you putting that together, piecing that together.
I would love to hear that too, because that's what I had to say next. That's
It don't say he would. When did you say he was supposed to be cut off?
It says he would be cut. It says he would be cut off after 483 years. Should the
It don't say
Messiah be cut off?
483 years.
Well, it says 69 years, like 69 weeks.
It say he's
3
gonna be
3.
cut
It
off in the
says
what?
six.
He's gonna
It
be cut off
says
in the
three
midweek,
3
right?
and 2. Huh?
In the middle of the week, right?
Yeah, in the middle of the week.
In the
No, no,
middle
no,
of the
no,
week.
no, no, no. Oh, stop. Hold on. No, stop. Now, okay, so the division of Isaiah, I mean, of Daniel chapter 9 and 24 to 27 is divided into three portions. You have 1 week, right? And 1 week consists of, well, you have 49 weeks consists of 70 years. Then you also have 3 score and 2 weeks, which consists of 62 weeks. And then you also have a week, which in that week that you're talking about is later on. That week is 7 years, so it's a total of 490 years. So your 49 years plus your 483 plus your 7, that's 493 years. So then what you're gonna have is 7 weeks. You're gonna have 62 weeks, and you're gonna have 1 week. That equals 49, 490 years basically.
and it
or
and
70
it
weeks.
and it states that he will be cut off before the temple was destroyed anyway. So that's the whole point.
Yes.
Right. So if he's cut off before the temple was destroyed, then the temple then basically you have a problem there because the temple was destroyed in 70 AD. So if he's cut off before the temple is destroyed, you have to deal with that then. Because we don't you said Philip was cut off in 70 AD, right?
Yes. Before the temple was destroyed.
But the temple was destroyed in 70 AD.
I know.
So
He-
when
he-
was he? When was he? Where'd you get that from Josephus, or where'd you get that information from?
he's the last high priest. He's the one that they killed him right before they destroyed the temple.
So
Brother.
that's what I'm saying. So that's where you got your problem at right there because it says that he's cut. So after he so basically after he would have came, then we still got 1 week remaining, right?
No,
Well, there has to be one week
it
remaining.
don't say anything
1 week.
about a week. It don't say anything about a week in between the two. That's what you
How,
saying. That's not what scripture saying.
how is it? How is it doesn't say
Regardless,
that when it says? Listen, it says after 483 years.
Hmm.
After 66 and 3 score and 2 weeks till the Messiah be cut off. That's what it says. That's
Hmm.
62 weeks plus that additional up above in the 49 or 7 weeks, which is 49 years. So if he's cut off, right, then you have to say, well, hold on, he's cut off, and then the people of the prince should come in. They come in, so he's cut off right before then. And that's another thing. It says the people of the prince shall come in and destroy the city. He's cut off
Yes,
before they
that's
destroy the
that's
city.
literally verbatim what happened.
So
That
where is that
prophecy
at?
came true. As soon as they destroyed him in
So
the
can
temple,
I
the
ask you a
Romans came
question?
in and destroyed the city.
Where is that where's your source at for that?
Josephus in Jewish history.
okay, G Rod. Another thing is, okay, high priests. Do they come from the tribe of Levi or the tribe of Judah?
The tribe of Aaron.
Okay, that would be the tribe of Levi then, right?
Hmm.
So I thought the Messiah is supposed to come out of the loins of David.
Who said anything about that guy was the Messiah?
No. Wait a minute. The King, the Messiah. What? Whose line he's supposed to come out of?
See, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna go ahead and lay it down and go to sleep.
Yeah. Run off, please, because that's
Yeah,
terrible.
because I got to deal with you guys real quick because y'all have a real hard
You
time
got no
understanding.
sources though, bro. You got
Hold on, let me finish. That Phyllis B. Samuel, that was the last high priest. He was anointed. He was a Messiah. King Cyrus was a Gentile that was a Messiah. There was over 80, 90, 100, 1,000 Messiahs, anointed ones. For some reason, you keep thinking that when I say anointed one or Messiah, I'm talking about the New Testament guy. I haven't said one word about him. There are so many different Messiahs in the Old Testament that you guys have no clue of what you're talking about. Aaron, Messiah. Moses, Messiah. David, Messiah. All these guys, literally, it only means anointed.
Well,
That's the definition.
I'm not saying that they're not other messiahs. I'm saying that there's a special Messiah
Yeah,
that we
now
see that
this
even
special Messiah, you have no clue. This special Messiah, even according to what you guys are saying, has to come back and finish up the prophecies.
right. And so I'm
So
fine with
so
that. But
pretty
what I'm
much
saying,
that special Messiah hasn't came yet.
right? Well, you can suspect. I mean, you can assume that he hasn't came yet.
No. Until the prophecies are fulfilled, he hasn't came.
whoever this
Oh,
Messiah
okay,
is coming.
yeah. Well, he hasn't came back, but he came before.
Okay, so when he comes back and he's fulfilling those things, then you could call him that special Messiah. Until then, he ain't came.
So there's not a Messiah that's supposed to be smitten when he comes back.
Let me explain something, man. I just literally told you about a Messiah that was killed in front of the temple before it was destroyed. How you know that those prophecies ain't dedicated to him
Brother, what you
or
running
any of
from
the
is the
other
particular
anointed ones that was
prophecies.
killed?
No, brother, what you running from is the particular prophecies of that special Messiah that was supposed to come out of the
You
loins of
just said that
David.
the special
No,
Messiah
brother,
hasn't fulfilled
listen.
the prophecies
The
yet.
special
You just said
Messiah,
that.
bro, the special Messiah is supposed to come
which
out of the
hasn't.
loins
No,
of
hold on, hold
David.
on, hold on. Let's
No,
say it right.
brother,
The special Messiah, which hasn't fulfilled the prophecies yet.
supposed to come out of the loins of David, right?
Okay, so when that special prophet, that special Messiah comes and fulfilled, then we can examine to see if that one came out
But,
the loins of
but,
David.
but he's supposed to be born from David, born out of
Okay,
the loins of David.
so David lineage is still going on.
Okay, but earlier in the video, y'all said that the Messiah wasn't going to be born.
I
Oh,
never said that.
man, all
Please,
right, I
please
can't wait.
update us on the time when any one of us said that.
When I first asked y'all earlier, y'all said that there wouldn't be a Messiah born. And this is what caused me to go to Micah chapter 5.
And I literally never said that. Never came out of my mouth, nor Corey's mouth.
Well, who is the king who is the Lord in Micah chapter 5 that's supposed to be doing the saving? Because it's a lot of saving going on in Micah chapter 5. I would love to know who this is.
Somebody that's supposed to be saving somebody from the Assyrians. Michael chapter 5 contains the Assyrians. That's who they're getting saved from. There's no Assyrians around today. So we can move on to the next one.
Well, did Micah live in the time of the Assyrians?
That's why I told you that wasn't talking about a prophecy. That was talking about something that took place.
Okay, brother. Wow. So this person's going supposed to look, watch this, Micah chapter 5, verse 2. But Bethlehem, Ephrathah, though thou be a little amongst thousands of Judah, not Levi, yet out of thee shall come forth unto me that is to be ruler in Israel, whose goings forth have been from old, from everlasting. Whose goings forth was from old and everlasting?
Before we get to who goes first, let me ask you, who was the last ruler in Israel?
Whose goings
It
forth
says,
was from
who was Theophilus, son of Anias?
You talking to me?
Yeah, because that was the last priest that we see.
Thessiah ben Samuel?
No, it's Theophilus. Theophilus, son of Anias.
And what year did that priest die?
That was in 70 AD.
Okay. So you still had either way, you had a high priest.
bro, you
Right, but
showing us he can't show us that a Levite's supposed to come and be the savior. He can't
I
show
never
us,
said anything. You keep saying savior. I never said anything about a savior.
bro. You playing semantics. You gotta play
No,
semantics.
I'm
when
keeping
you're
the
dealing with
conversation
prophecies
at
of Christ.
Messiah.
You gotta play semantics. You got
No,
to.
because you saying Messiah and you saying savior. I'm saying Messiah and an anointed one because that's the definition.
Okay, the anointed one that's coming to save. Is this him in Micah chapter 5?
Now, who is he saving you from?
No, it's a simple question. Is this the anointed one in Micah chapter 5?
It don't say anything about an anointed one in Michael chapter 5.
Whose goings forth was from everlasting? What prophet or what savior he sent was going forth was from everlasting?
My brother, you keep putting
You're
that
not gonna
word in
answer
there.
that, brother. You're not gonna
You should
answer
just say what man.
no, it's Phoenix. It's Phoenix ben Samuel. He was the last priest.
That's exactly what I just said.
Yeah, you said Phyllis or some Philip or somebody.
No, I said Phineas ben Samuel. Maybe you
Oh
didn't
yeah, he was
understand
the
my first
last.
word, but I said Ben Samuel.
bro, how was he a savior or Messiah when he got his ass whooped by the Romans?
Oh, that sounds like somebody else I know in the New Testament.
But that
Next.
person was already prophesied to come and die through the Romans.
Oh, look
Not
like two people. Look like the same thing happened to two people. Man, you
Well,
confounded. You
he
confounded.
died. Well, actually, he died after he died.
after
It's kind
70
of
AD when I looked it up
he
the other day.
when he died. Well, here's when he died. He died um right at the time of 70 AD. He died in
Yeah.
70 AD. He didn't die before. So what I'm saying is this is you kind of it says the people of the prince shall come after the Messiah is dead, cut
Yeah,
off.
that's what happened. That's when the Romans
But
came in there and started doing their
that
thing.
ain't what actually happened. He died right at the temple of the
Hmm.
destruction of the temple. That's what it said. So
Okay,
that ain't what
so
so that ain't what that says. So in other words, this prince that is talking about, see what you missing is it says in 62 weeks should he be cut off, right? That's 483 years, right? Because plus that for the 49, so that's 483 years. So he's cut off in between the 69th before the 70 week start. That's not 70 AD, brother. He was cut off right. So when he's cut off, then
You cut out, G Con.
All right, brothers. I'm gonna holler at y'all, man.
Yeah, G Rod, you're gonna have to do some studying, man. You just got that left. You better
so,
go come up with
so,
something. You better come up with
so,
some defense for Micah chapter 5, because you
so,
gotta.
so 2.5. Don't forget, man. Till you find a group of Assyrians, Michael chapter 5 doesn't apply. So 2.5 hours, you got somebody riding on a donkey. All right, my brother.
Talking about a donkey. Y'all some stumps, man. Y'all some stumps. Hey,
Man,
and
we gonna
the
pick the.
craziest thing, y'all didn't prove that who none of these people were in none of these prophecies. That's
No,
what,
nor did you. Nor did you.
brother. We can prove that in the New Testament that Christ fulfilled all these prophecies.
No,
It's
you
not
just said he's
the ones
coming
that he was
back to fulfill them.
to save. Those are separate prophecies. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
So he didn't fulfill them all, right?
Who said he fulfilled them all? He fulfilled the ones that he came to suffer.
But you started giving me prophecies of somebody whooping somebody behind, though. You come on, you confounded.
Well, one thing we do know in 2 Samuel 7 is that the king, the prince, whoever kingdom this was going to be, was supposed to be smitten by a rod. We know that for sure. And that person came out of the loins of David, whoever that is. That's what 2 Samuel says, and you can't go against it.
That's millions of people, and millions of people got beat by the Romans. Millions of Jews from the king
No,
of the
listen,
loins of
brother.
David.
2 Samuel 7 is talking about the king, the everlasting king. That's what 2 Samuel is talking about. And you was confounded on that too. That was my first scripture. Y'all didn't answer anything on that. Because why? Because that's talking about the Messiah coming out of the lineage of David.
When was he anointed king?
It said he would have an everlasting kingdom.
When was he anointed king?
It said his kingdom would be everlasting, bro.
But I'm
That's
asking you, when was Jesus anointed king?
you see, now you're deflecting for what I'm
No,
telling
I'm asking the question. He has a king. When was he anointed
you.
king?
You already know what we believe in. We believe that the Messiah
Okay, I understand what you believe in, but can you show me when he was anointed king?
when he was anointed king,
Yeah.
when he's crowned king, when he comes and conquers the earth, that's when he's going to be
Okay,
crowned.
so that's still so even
nah,
that
nah,
ain't
no,
happened yet.
that's not when he was anointed king. He
When
was
was he?
anointed. He
They
was
was
anointed
calling him
king.
king in
Hold
Israel.
on, hold on, hold on, brother. Let me tell him when he was anointed.
You breaking up, Deacon.
Spirit came down on. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Looking down.
Can y'all hear me? He was
Yeah.
anointed king when the spirit came down on him. That's what an
When?
anointing is.
When?
Right.
When
When?
it says, when the spirit came on him, and John says, I seen the spirit come on him, and he said, then also the
The
spirit says, this is my beloved son, in whom I am well pleased.
the word king doesn't
Hold
appear
on, brother.
nowhere in that
Hold on.
text.
Hey, brother, hey, listen, let me finish. Now,
Hmm.
when you see he's the begotten, see, this is when it says he's the only
No,
begotten
I'm
son, he
asking you,
says,
when was he anointed king? I'm
hey,
not
brother,
asking you for your
hey,
commentary.
brother, you might want to go on and dismiss yourself if you're gonna keep on cutting people off, bro. At least let me finish, at least. I wasn't even cutting you off, you know, so I was letting you speak. So what I'm saying is is that when you look at he's the heir, he says, this is my only begotten son in whom I'm well pleased. So when you see him being anointed by the Spirit, that's what it means to put oil on somebody, is to be anointed, of symbolic of anointing of the Spirit. And so when you look at the son being anointed and being the only begotten, that means he's heir. And so if he's the heir, that's the cultural context. If he's the heir of a king, then clearly we see him being anointed. So he's the only true heir. That's what that's meaning, bro.
G-Con, stop. There was no only begotten son in the book of John. There was no baptism in the book of John.
It
There
does
was no
say he
only
was the only
begotten son
begotten
in the book of
son.
Matthew, Mark, or Luke. Stop.
It doesn't say he's the only begotten son.
No, it does not say that there's no baptism in the book of John. He doesn't get baptized in the book of John.
I'm not talking about the book of John. I'm talking about in the Gospels in general. Does it
You
say
don't
in one
see
of the
you don't
Gospels
see
he is?
begotten son in the Gospels except for the book of John. You only see it once.
And what does that mean then when it says that?
It has nothing. It means nothing. Solomon was
It means nothing.
the
So what do
son
you
of.
mean it means nothing? Something. It has to mean something is there. Why is it there then?
Isn't Israel the son of God?
No, but it says he's the only begotten. What it's expressing is that he's the heir. In other words,
The
Israel
heir
is
of
a
what?
dot.
The heir of what?
He's the heir of God, the heir of the true king. He's the heir.
He's the heir. Okay, so what is he inheriting?
You said Israel
Oh,
in
okay.
the earth. Yeah.
So in order for you to collect an inheritance, someone has to die. So God died?
You said did he die?
No, you said he's the heir. The heir. Like my son is my heir. In other words, when I die, my son gets everything.
Well,
So
technically, you don't have, technically see that's what I'm saying. Technically, when it comes to Near Eastern culture and also the Levant area, you can have what you call what is it called coexisting a coexisting of two thrones. Because
in
even in
other
the
words,
text
something
it
that has
says,
nothing to do with the Tanakh.
but
But
hold
that's
on, even
not
in
gonna
hold
happen
on,
though.
hold on, even in the Old Testament, look what it says: "Sit thou on my right hand till I make thy
Make my
enemies thy
enemy my
footstool."
footstool. I was gonna bring that out to you.
Yeah,
That's
and he was
crazy.
talking to King David.
No, let's go to it, please.
Why does it say Lord of Lords and Kings of Kings? What
This
does that
dude,
mean?
this dude just
In
cut
what
himself.
verse?
This dude just cut himself.
What?
Psalms
Why does it say
110 and
Lord of
10.
Lords and Kings?
Psalms
Go ahead.
110 and 1. Psalms 110 and 1.
Mm-hmm. And Yahweh said to my Adonai, I know it. That's the Hebrew.
Who is talking here?
David.
And who said to who? Who is this Adonai?
No, it says, and the Yahweh said to my Adonai.
Who is this Adonai?
It could. Who is it?
Lord. Who is it? Who is it?
That's a good question. Who is it?
You said it was David. I remember you said David was the everlasting king.
Yeah.
But David has a Lord now over him?
Of course he does.
So David has two lords over him now.
No, he doesn't.
Okay, let's read it. Wow.
Brother, let's read this one next time, man. Let's pick it up next time.
Yeah. I think you better run because you just put your foot in your mouth. I hope you know that.
You know what? I'll make a post about Psalms 110 in the morning.
You gonna make a post about it and ran all over in a Facebook group?
Okay, well, I'll do it on here. We'll talk about it on here.
I'm gonna just read it real quick. Psalm 110, a psalm of David. The Lord said unto my Lord, who was the first Lord?
Yahweh.
Who was the second Lord?
Adonai.
Who is that?
It could be King Solomon. It could be Abraham. It could be King David.
See how he playing? This
Even
brother
with
just
that,
don't
and he still says, "Sit down on my right hand." So what does it mean to sit on somebody's right
That
hand?
means somebody's over David. That's why.
He told King David to do that in 2 Kings. 2 Kings
All right,
are
so
first
so
Kings.
David is so why are you telling people that if David is, if you saying that, then that means that David will be the heir, and if David's the heir, God didn't have to die in order for David to be the heir.
Yeah, it don't say anything about an heir in Psalms 110.
What is the heir though? What is that though?
It's the inheritance that you receive from your dead parents.
So when you look at Numbers and Deuteronomy, it doesn't have to be dead parents. I don't know why you keep saying that. When you look at Deuteronomy, when he says Israel should be my inheritance, right?
Because Israel is the son of God.
Deuteronomy 32.
So do you have to die to inherit something?
Israel is the son of God, right?
Just answer the question. Did God have to die in order for Israel to?
No.
Well then, so stop saying that
So
somebody
is
got to die to
Israel the
inherit
son of
something.
God, right?
You just got proved wrong. You might as well go.
You just got proved wrong again. What you just said that David doesn't have two lords over him. and you just got confounded right here. You just
Okay,
said,
well, brothers, let's pick this up on the next one, man. I gotta go.
brother,
Uh,
all right, brother. All right, brother. That's crazy.
yeah, that brother, fuck. Both of them brothers. Them brothers they go. They kept on talking about the stones knocking. They didn't even own one.
Right. That's what I was saying. Like, yeah, these brothers want to sit here and read. They reading English versions though. Like, that's what's killing me. Like,
Right. The NIV. That brother went to the NIV. Where's your stone to knock at, man? You supposed to be. He read out. I'm looking like, what is you doing, bro? You supposed to be reading. And even with that, that's still commentary. You be looking at them Jews. They be making up commentary, putting stuff. And I'm
yeah,
looking like, bro, this is a commentary.
that's what I said, brother. Like these them brothers was just confounded, and I don't know if I ever even want to talk to them brothers again. They simple, but yeah. You. So what you were saying that Cornelius is not an Israelite brother?
Yeah, Cornelius ain't no Israelite, man.
Brother, what makes you think Cornelius is not an Israelite? Please state your claim.
Because he's looked at as one of those four. He's looked at as not a sheep. He's looked at as an unclean, something that is unclean, an unclean animal, and the only ones who's looked at as that is the nations basically.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
So
So you're telling me that the jury didn't look at other Israelite Gentiles at like that either?
well they was looked at as like that themselves just as well. So I'm pretty sure they couldn't look at him like that because if you look at it, he was uncircumcised first of all, and then but it says that he was what you call man, a devout man. That's what it says.
A devout man. And you don't see any other devout mans keeping the laws of God really in the Bible.
Now, how can he be keeping the laws of God, but he was uncircumcised? So that's not what that's talking about.
Let's go to it.
All right. You saying you keep saying that he's devout, but he's not. And if he is uncircumcised, how is he even coming into the temple or doing? He can't do nothing. He can't even enter the congregation being
Watch this. A
uncircumcised.
devout, verse 2, Acts 10, verse 2, a devout man and one that feared God with all his house, which gave much alms to the people and prayed to God always. So, how do you fear God, bro?
All right. So if you look at Chronicles or is it Kings, it says that the stranger, right, which is not of thy people, but fear God. They don't have to be our people. He was not of thy people, but he feared God. He wasn't circumcised. And so when you see devout there, you thinking that it's somebody he's a law keeper. But if he was a law keeper, why wasn't he circumcised then? Why didn't he get circumcised?
Because he was part of the Roman army.
Nah, no, that ain't
That's a
what
that's
that's
a great. It might be an insurgent, but that's a great explanation because you know the Greco Romans that wasn't their custom. They actually practiced against it. They actually preached against that.
so what does it talk about when it talk about all manner of beasts and four-footed beasts? What is that talking about?
It's talking about unclean, like because we looked at our brothers unclean that were uncircumcised.
So when he calls that lady a dog, when he calls her, it's not meat to give the
The
bread
children's
into the
bread,
dogs,
children's bread, and cast it
children's
to the
bread into
dog.
the dogs. Was she an Israelite?
No, that woman was not an Israelite.
She was a four-footed beast. She was a dog, wasn't she?
She was a heathen, a person of another nation. That's what they are. They're dogs.
Right. And so when he tells them, he says, the vision is talking about people. So if it's talking about people, right, in the text, if you look at it, go to the text. Matter of fact, hold on. Matter of fact, let me
I'm
go
here at Acts 10 right now. Yeah, it's talking about the unclean people, the unclean Israelites that were uncircumcised. They considered them unclean. That's what the whole vision was about. It was a a parabolic vision about circumcision of the flesh. That's really what it was about.
All right, so look what it says. It says, and I saw heaven open and a certain vessel descended unto him, as it had been a great sheep knit at all four corners and let down to the earth, wherein all manner of four-footed beasts of the earth and wild beasts and creeper things and fowls of the air. Right. So we see that this is when Peter woke up. This vision is talking about basically man, right?
The Israel.
Unclean, as looked at as unclean. What you call? And you
Yeah,
said
it
it's
said.
Israel.
Yeah, it's talking about Israel and all the other lands.
But if you look at it right here, look what it says here in verse 22. And they said Cornelius, a centurion, a just man, and one that feared God, and of good report among all, among all the nation of the Jews, right?
Okay, stop right there. Right there. I'm gonna let you keep reading. A good report among all the nation of the Jews. That's a very good example right there to show you that that man had to be within the nation of Israel because we wasn't even dealing with Israelites that were uncircumcised before that. So all of a sudden they wouldn't get mad of him going to a non-Israelite when they was already getting mad for them going to our own brothers that were uncircumcised. That's what you got to look at that verse like.
Right, but I can't look at that verse like that because what I see is he's going to the it says among the Jews, right? Or the or the kingdom of Judah, right? And
Right.
so he had a good report among them. But look what it says here. It says here in let's go down to 40. Hold on.
You know what you forgot in the
Go
earlier in the
to
chapter?
of 35. Go to 35. Go to 35. Look what it says in 35. It
Go
says,
ahead. Yeah.
but in every nation, he that feareth him and worketh it
You
says,
breaking up a
but
little bit.
in
Okay.
every nation, he that feareth him and worketh.
Yeah. G-Con look like he didn't cut out of here. See if he gonna come back in here. Cause he skipped over all the other stuff about Cornelius. We gotta deal with that. Where you at, G-Con? Salakia. I was waiting on to see if G-Con come back in here, man. He gotta deal with this. We gotta deal with this. Acts chapter 10. We gotta deal with this. Now you finna make me pull it out. I gotta bring it out in the. Let me see what happened to him. He text me back. Mm. All right, since he left out of here, I gotta go into Acts chapter 10 now. All righty. All righty. So the brother G-Con said that Cornelius is not an Israelite. What we didn't read was where Cornelius was from. Where was Cornelius from? And I just made a video about this recently. But the brother, I'm not gonna lie, they don't want to deal with this point of topic because it's easy to prove that Cornelius was an Israelite. Look at all the clues: a devout man amongst the Jews, keeping some of the laws, good report amongst the Jews, and then another very important clue was that Cornelius. Well, hold on, y'all. Cornelius was from. Okay, watch this. Acts 10:24. He skipped over this. And the morrow after they enter into Caesarea, and Cornelius waited for them, and had called together his kinsmen and near friends. So Cornelius was a devout man, fear of God, good report amongst the Jews. His kinsmen and his near friends lived inside of Israel in the city of Caesarea. And Peter went to this man and said, it is not for me to call anything common unclean, that I should not call any man common unclean. Because the Lord made the Israelites, he cleansed us by just being the people, just giving us the law and coming into the covenant, being from the seed of Abraham. We already have the upper hand. What profit is there to being a Jew? Romans 3. What profit is there for being a Jew? Much in every way, because to us was given the oracles of God. So what he had to see is that he should not call any man common, being similar, common or unclean. And the dagger is, this is the dagger right here. The brothers fear this right here. This word right here, nation, this word not supposed to be right here. This word actually is tribe. That's the problem brothers is having with Cornelius. This word in the Greek is tribe. Literally tribe. And when you look it up, that word is used for the Israelites only in the New Testament. So who was Cornelius? Cornelius was an Israelite, most likely from another tribe. That's all. And Peter was doing what he was ordered to do, go to the lost sheep. That's what Peter and Paul and them start doing. Trying to show y'all. Matter of fact, let me show y'all. Acts 10:28. I'm finna show y'all that this word right here, we're gonna look this word up in the Greek. This is a compound word, alophilis. 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 G246. Being a root word of G243, which is allos, which means another. So Peter said another, and what was the other word he used? What was the second word he used? Compound word, root word etymology, not from another nation, but another what? What was what was what was Cornelius from? Fule. What does the word fule mean? You see that, ladies and gentlemen? You see that, boys and girls? You see that, Akim? Cornelius was from another tribe. In the New Testament, all the persons descending from one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob. You can't get around it. Cornelius was an Israelite from another tribe, not another nation. That's what y'all need to understand. Sometimes, yes, sometimes the KJV is off. But this is why we do comparative text and we look in the Greek and Hebrew. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's been 3 hours. I'm going to end it. I want to give all praises to Yahawashi, Yahawashi. And I want to say death to America and Kwam Yasharala. Shalom.